Welcome in to another stream. Welcome Angie and Leisha. Welcome EJ and Laura. Welcome in. Mandy, welcome. Welcome Vera and Silvana. Welcome in. Mandy's currently reorganising your colors. Nice. Is that the huge set of colors? The what's it, 300 or 500? Very different amounts, 300 and 500. You're currently doing the 12 Dancing Princesses page from Erie's Fairy Tales. Ooh, lovely. I've had that as a whip for ages. Hi, Florina. Welcome. And welcome, Marielle. Your username is confusing. The E at the end is your last initial, so my nickname is Leisha, but Felicia is actually my first name. Ah, good to know, Leisha. Mandy's got the 300 set, nice. Hi, Denise, welcome. So yeah, we are going to be colouring, or finishing colouring, the page we started last week on Friday. This wintry dragon. And I've already got my pencils prepped next to me. Though I haven't sharpened them, but nothing new there. I always forget to sharpen them. Hello, Aowen. Is that right, or should I be calling you something different? Welcome. Yeah, I am very much looking forward to a stream that's just a bit more chilled, a bit more normal. Although the Tubeathon was incredible and amazing. It was stressful. It was stressful. It was overwhelming. It really was. Lovely colour palette, thank you. You have to go at 3 PM, so 7 PM your time. No worries, Mandy. Not 7 PM, might be 8 PM my time, because it's 7:30 for me right now. So you're going back to the future. I'm spot on. So Aowen, good to know. The Tubeathon was a lot, it really was. But it was so amazing, wasn't it? And I'm excited to see it continue for years to come. We were chatting in the streamers group, and Joe doesn't want to do any more than one a year because I think that would be a lot. 8 PM, no worries, Mandy. Hi, Amy. I was just trying to work out your name. Colour me Amy. Hi Amy, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Right, just need to grab a pencil extender for some of these. Welcome Sarah and welcome Hannah. Lovely to see you. We're watching some of the replays. It's been so fun. It really has. I just finished up watching all the replays that I didn't manage to see on yesterday. I literally finished the last one, then went to my subscription feed and I was like, ooh, Amy's live right now. Yay! And in case you don't know, Amy Ward Art, she is doing a live stream all this weekend. It took so much brain power for me yesterday. It felt like such a Friday with her vibes of the stream. I was like, no, it's Thursday night, it's Thursday. You haven't got work tomorrow, you've got a day off tomorrow. Just kept getting confused. So yeah, once I finish this live stream, I will be hopping straight over to hers. Hi Adele and hi Paulina. Welcome in. Just sharpening up the pencils. But yeah, I don't think I've ever been that scared for a stream. Even my first one, I wasn't as scared as I was doing the Tubeathon one. I think it's because I just knew it was such an important thing to do. I felt like I was very scattered. I mean, I often am, but yeah. We'll hop over to Amy later, but I wanted to pop in and say hi before she starts. No worries. If you guys want to pop in between, absolutely fine. Support her charity stream, no worries. Did great, thank you. Thank you, Leisha. I'll be honest, once I finished, I went downstairs, told my parents how much we'd raised, and I started crying. I was so overwhelmed with emotions. It was an amazing 24 hours. Right, I think I will start with these leaves down here. So we got some kind of different colour combos than what I usually do. These kind of muted greens and blues. So if I start with the darker combo, no, let's start with the lighter one. And that's using a teeny tiny bit of peacock green. But yeah, as usual, I will pop all the pencils in the description once the live has finished. Yeah, since having the Tubeathon on Sunday, and I coloured so much during that day, like I was so focused, just spent the whole day being like, right, see how many, I was challenging myself to see how many pages I could get done in one day for the Tubeathon. And then it got to the end of the day, I got to the next day and I was just like, oh, now what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? I had no idea. And I still had a few whips from January to finish. I still have 2 more, and this one, but I wasn't counting this. I just didn't feel like doing them, and I kept getting distracted by other things. So yeah, I haven't completed as many pages, but the streak is alive. I am now on, this is day 43 of completing a page every day. That's been going on since the 26th of December. I've coloured at least 1 page every day, and I'm curious myself to see how many I can do. How many days in a row I can manage. And yeah, some of those days they aren't complicated pages, like for example yesterday it got to 9 o'clock and I was like, oh, I haven't done a page yet today, quick, let's get 50 zodiac miniatures out, do a quick alcohol marker page. But if I do get to a day where I'm like, okay, I really am not in the mood, I don't want to finish this, I'm not going to force it, but I'm just curious to see how far I can push it. I can definitely get to 50, I reckon. The momentum's still there, but can I get to like 100? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Vera cried all day last Sunday because of the overwhelming beauty of the Tubeathon. It was, what a day. Such a special day. Hiya, ATX Rogue. Hope I said that right. Welcome in. Today you asked ChatGPT to generate me a palette and it gave me a beautiful one, and I asked to match it to Ohuhu markers and it said sure, and gave me numbers that made no sense. You've got to be careful. I find ChatGPT with Ohuhu markers, it gets a bit confusing because of the amount of times Ohuhu have changed their numbers. So if you ask for it to use the old numbering system, that might help better because it might be the new numbering system it gave. Or if it did give you the new numbers, then Ohuhu's website has a conversion chart for them. Don't know how you managed to colour at all, there was so much going on. I would have got done, not like way more, but probably maybe a page or 2 more if it wasn't for all the chatting. Because I did, but there were times where I was chatting less and times where I was chatting more, and I sort of had a couple of whips that I finished, did a bunch of alcohol marker pages, so that helped. Hiya Amy, welcome in. I asked about it and it was like, I do not have access to a Ohuhu marker swatch chart. Cool, then why the heck are you pretending to? ChatGPT is trying to lie its way through life. You finished the 101 Dalmatians page in Love Stories on Sunday, touched another untouched book. Amazing, Leisha. Welcome, Kimberlyn. Welcome, welcome. You have a new set and the chart has both old and new numbers, but what ChatGPT gave me was neither. Yeah, I I think I've tried using it before, and then I've tried to match it up, and I've been like, yeah, no, that's not it. That's not it. And just thought, well, I quite enjoy the process of matching up markers. I was watching, who was it? Christina's Art Corner, her completed pages video today, because I've saved them all in a playlist as I got so behind with the Tubeathon streams and everything else. So I'm just slowly getting my way through the playlist. And I was watching Christina's Art Corner, and she used ChatGPT quite a lot with her pages and asked it to come up with markers, and it seemed to do a pretty good job for her. So I don't know what kind of special relationship she has with ChatGPT, but it seems to be good. You're late because Hunter the naughty beagle just stole a bag with 1 English muffin in it and ran to his bed, got crumbs all over the bed and floor. Oh dear, Hunter. Bless his heart. And you're not that late. No worries if you're ever late. Sometimes I'm late to my own life. Life happens. Palette is gorgeous. Hopefully I can match it. My lighting is terrible, so I'm always unsure about my colours. Fair enough, Adele. It is hard matching colour palettes, colours, because often they're quite unique. Right, I'm going in with dark green on these darker holly leaves. At the moment I'm in whip mode, where I'm just creating a bunch of whips that I can hopefully share in my next week in Whips of the Week. I didn't have any to show this week, so I didn't do it. I thought, let's just generate a bunch of whips. Just start a bunch of pages, get a bit of basing done, chat about them, whatnot. Even if I don't start putting colour to the paper, just like coming up with colour palettes as well, I want to try and do. I'm married to a vampire, so we have no natural light ever. You need to get yourself like a daylight bulb or something like that, Adele. When I colour match, I always take it over to a window during the day. Kimberly's working on a B page. That is also a nameplate for hashtag tackle the title pages. A double win. Love to see it. Oh, I was also reminded or told by someone. I saw someone's page on Instagram and I forgot a B page from my counter. Where's my counter? I need to add one. Where's my pen? Because there is a B page in 50 Mythical Miniatures, which I didn't even think of looking in. Probably because it's completed and I just didn't think that there would be one in here, but there is. The fairy. I completely forgot. And even when I saw the page on Instagram, I was like, oh, they've drawn that bee in. But no, it's actually there. So I've done 80 bee pages up until this year's February. Oh, pop that back. Marking this one down, nice. Wish I could start whips and go back to finish them later. I get way too paranoid I'll forget which pens I was using or write them down wrong. I just always do little sheets like this, where if I've done the base I'll pop the base marker down and then do the pencils next to it, and this has served me well. But I understand, like, sometimes it's not even necessarily forgetting what pencils you've used, but like forgetting how you coloured it. So I always like to try and finish an element of the page rather than... So like, for example, if I did this page and I did one wing, I would force myself to do the other wing before going away, just in case I changed slightly how I coloured it. Oh my gosh, Ivy and the Inky Butterfly has a page with 40.5 bees. That's crazy. I did go through Flights of Fancy and counted how many bees were in that book. I did it during Tara's live stream. Feel free to put your... If you weren't there, if you were there, keep shush. Or if you can't remember, but But put your guesses. How many bees are in the book Flights of Fancy? And let me just give you the brief... Oh, yep, you can't see that. The briefest of flip-throughs, just so you get an idea, even if you don't have this book, of how many bees there might be in it. Bee in it. Because I went through and counted, and it was really fun. It's a double win. There's quite a few pages that have fairies and bees in it, which, love that. Millions at least. Just got the dinner shout, BRB. No worries, Silvana. Well, enjoy your dinner and we'll see you later. Got 150, 172, 111. And in Tara Stream, the winner got that many bees sent to them as a package. Whoever was closest. And it's whoever's closest, not price of right rules. The price is right. So you can go over is what I mean. On my post I put out the other day for any video request ideas, thank you to everyone that's put some requests in. I have written them all down on a sheet of paper, so I will slowly be making my way through those throughout the year. And one of the requests was to do some more how many series, like with the how many bees, how many pumpkins. Wonder if you guys have any suggestions of what I could do, what I could search for in my books. It's got to be something that I've coloured a lot of. Although I wasn't expecting to have coloured so many bees, but 180, that is quite a few. You always use a natural light. Day with little sun will be better than a cloudy day, which will blow everything out. You then go through the various filters to see if any of the filters make the page look more like the actual page. You don't use a filter if it doesn't look, if it makes the page look too different. Yeah, I often edit my pictures to get it to look more realistic to real life. You definitely have to colour a page from Flights of Fancy. I think the piggy page would work for next month's hashtag. Yes, I definitely need to do that too. There's a pig page. I need to find the pig page. Yeah, I definitely need to put a pig in my plans. There's a hashtag. Piggies for Piggy. It's such a fun page, that one. That is cute. It's got all love hearts on it as well. Cute, cute, cute. So yeah, for all those that were guessing of how many bees, it is 165. And that's at least, because I may have missed a bee here and there. Because there are pages like this, which have so many on, and then you've got this cluster of bees there, which were like, how do you count that? And then, what was another? A few double page spreads, which, so many bees on there. Yeah, quite a few pages where there was an overwhelmingly large amount of bees to colour. Where's the other one that was kind of crazy to count? Is it that one? Lots of them in the background here. There's a double page spread somewhere that's got from the cover. Oh. This one. Look at all the bees on that one. All over the place. So who was closest? Who was closest? It's 160. 150 was 15 off. 172. 172 is the closest. Less than 10. So Adele, you win 165 bees. They're heading your way right now. Berries in general, or a specific kind? Ooh, yes. I love colouring strawberries. I feel like that would be a good one to go through my books and find all the strawberry pages. Maybe could do that in like What's strawberry? June? Could be good. Cats is always a good choice. Can make a separate count for orange cats. That's a good idea, Adele. How many cats have I coloured? I need to write these down. I need to write these down. There's a list. How many? What did we have? Oh, dragons. Yeah, I'll have to have a look, see if there's enough to what I'm making it. Dragons, if I've personally coloured enough dragons. I can always do dragons collection as well. Cats. Berries. You wanted to write eggs for Easter? That's a good idea. I'm going to put eggs. I don't know how many I've coloured, but I could do like an egg collection video, because I've already done, this was years ago though, I did an Easter colouring pages collection video, but it could be more fun to focus it on eggs. Good evening, Anna, welcome in. You definitely think I'm going to end up with more of her books? Honestly, yeah, Camilla d'Errico. And have you seen Myths and Monsters that's coming out later this year? So good. So good. Cats is a good one. Bunnies. Ooh, bunnies is a good one. How many eggs? How many bunnies? Butterflies. Honest. Butterflies. As I was going through and finding bee pages, the amount of butterflies I saw was crazy. Because it's so quick to just wang in a little butterfly in the corner. It's a lot. But I'll add it to my list. That might just be how many I've coloured rather than full collection. Yeah, and the paint and ink book. I need to see a flip through of that to determine whether I actually want it. I saw Camilla d'Errico did a sneak peek of it, but I don't like having repeats of pages. If there's enough unique pages, or pages that I don't own, then that would be good for me. But if there's too many repeats, or they're pages that I don't even particularly love the most, then I'm not going to bother. Dragonflies. I don't think I've coloured too many dragonflies. And it would be hard, like, sometimes distinguishing between what's a dragonfly and what's a butterfly kind of thing. Frogs is a great one for Frogust. Yes, I will be doing that. So dragons in March. Eggs/bunnies in April. Berries, I think, could be June. Frogs for August. Oh, see, coming up with a monthly ideas here. Mushrooms, yes, mushrooms. That could be a good one for like September. I love colouring mushrooms because we got then pumpkins for October. Frogust, really? There's a month for everything. Yes, Frogust. We got Frogust, Junicorn, Mermaid. Oh, mermaids could be good. How many mermaids have I don't think I've coloured that many mermaids though. You didn't realise Paint and Ink was a compilation book? It's got some repeated images and some unique, I think. So that's why I want to wait for a flip through rather than pre-ordering. Yeah, it is a watercolour paper book, so that does make it more appealing and like exciting to get. Never heard of Frogust. Yeah, what else is there? Junicorn, Frogust. My mind's blanking. There's others. February. February. Like Witchtober. That's another one. Cats for Lexi. Christmas gifts, hearts. Ooh. Owltober, yeah, that's another one. We were trying to, I was explaining to my parents about February, and they were coming up with, and by they, it was just my dad. He was coming up with ideas, and he was like, January, you've got to colour anything with hair. And I was like, the trouble is, Dad, January as a concept exists where people grow their hair out. They don't shave. And I'm just like, Dear December. That's cute. Oh yeah, Space Timber, of course. Yeah, how come there is no month for cats? I feel like I've seen Cattober before, but I don't think it's that official. December's cool. December. Works well with a West Country accent. Yeah, I've got some great ideas there. Thank you for helping me with that. Yeah, I think it'd be fun to do maybe one of those how many bees, how many ... dots a month. A lot of winter deer pages, yeah. And I feel like it lends itself to December quite well. It's always nice when it fits like the theme of a month or like the vibe of a month. Because I was like, oh, I don't want it. We don't need anything for December. There's too much Christmas, but December would be a cute, just little bonus one. I thought of April, spelled Aperil, monkeys in April. Oh, what was the other one? It was something about lying down. Julying. Anything that's lying down, my dad came up with. And I was like, that's fair. Lucky Charms, Shamrocks or Pot of Gold rainbows for March, but what to name it? Yeah, for like St. Patrick's Day. Meowvember! I feel like Meowvember works. And then it could be any cats, like big cats as well, although big cats don't meow. Kits and Caboodles does Cattober, there we go. Hi Tara, welcome in. What's my favourite Camilla book? Ooh, definitely Flights of Fancy, definitely. I mean it's got 165 bees in it. Of course it's going to be my favourite. Big cats do meow, they just cannot purr. Ah, I didn't know that. I feel like if I did a how many cats, I'd have to do a how many dogs as well, you know. Gotta represent both sides. It is a shame how artists will often include a cheeky cat on a page, but they're never going to include a cheeky dog. Like, it's less common for there to be just a random dog on a page, when I think, objectively, more people are dog people. But I think it's because cats are cosy and colouring is cosy, so it kind of fits the vibes, doesn't it? What about Catitude? Catitude is my second favourite. So I think I've only got 4. So it go Flights of Fancy, Catitude, then Cute and Creepy, then Dragons and Other Magically Mythical Creatures. It bothers me how long that title is. I tend to shorten it to Dragons and Others, or Dragons and Other Creatures. Don't like dragons very much, but I'm really loving yours. Dragons are so fun. They are so much fun to colour, because they can be any colour. And I think that's why I like colouring dragons, because, yeah, depending on the mood of the page, or the vibe you're going for, depends on what colour dragon it could be. Literally would look good in anything. I'll hop over to Amy. Thanks for streaming. Enjoy the rest of the stream and have a nice weekend. Take care, Laura. And I will be there in Amy's in a couple of hours. They're more varied to draw too because there are so many breeds. Yeah, with the dogs. Wish Catitude had more people in it. Yeah, I love Catitude, but if you don't, it sounds stupid, but if you're not a cat person, you're not going to like the book. Whereas Flights of Fancy, it's all flyy things. There's a lot of bees in it, but there's also a lot of birds. There's also a lot of dragonflies and butterflies and flying animals. Like, there's other stuff going on in there. And the same with the dragons, but there's other mythical creatures. Catitude is just cats. But I love it. I do love it. I think it's one of the... It's the book out there with some of the most personality in it, isn't there? Every single cat has so much personality in them. Right, let's grab jade green. Hang on, is it jade green or is it celadon green? I think it's celadon green. I think I've written down the wrong one. Yeah, that's it. Just realised I haven't got it on all chat. There we go. A Derpy Dog's book would be cute. It would be cute. I mean, I'm sure you guys aren't surprised that I am a cat person, so I absolutely love the cat representation, but there are a lot of dog people out there. I do feel like they need a bit more love, a bit more representation. About cats with personalities, just guess who just made off with my mark. It was like, sorry, what did you hear? Cats with attitude? That's what you get for that. There is a dog. Yeah, there are dog colouring books out there, just there aren't as many dog books or dog books or dog themed pages compared to cat ones, is what I was meaning. There's not as much variety. Yeah, really appreciate all your ideas for videos. I think I was just in a bit of like a come down from the Tubeathon. I think a lot of people were. It was such a day, and then I was just like, I didn't have as much energy to put into filming, and I didn't know what to film. Whereas before I was like, well, I've got the next part of the collection video, I've got this whip video, I've got this one that's already in the works, whereas this week I just had nothing. So I was like, let's generate some ideas. And it definitely was helpful. I've written them all down. But yeah, now I finally filmed my 2025 colouring year in review. Finally. So that, I think, will go up tomorrow. Yeah, I didn't have the energy to do it today, so I thought I'll save it for tomorrow. Are you still planning on doing a video starting a YouTube channel? Yes. Yes. That's been in the works for a while. I was like this close to making it, and then just all of a sudden I got really scared about making it, which is really silly. But I've got all of my notes written down. It's ready to go. And so hearing someone ask about it does sort of like, often I'll have plans for videos and I'll say I'll do it, and then it's not until someone asks again and they're like, what's happening with this video? That I'll be like, oh yeah, I've got to do that. I do have a week off work coming up this month and next month, so that could be a good opportunity to do some of those like longer more energy into it videos. Hi Vicky, talking about animals, you're loving it. Oh, Sarah's a both person. As a dog person, but I've enjoyed colouring cats. And you've had a cat for 13 years. Pepper, oh, that's cute. You have a Pepper too? Well, his name is Pepiras, but it means pepper in Lithuanian. Nice, Adele. Pepper is a cute pet name. Love it. I thought I would announce to you guys on stream today that I am planning in a couple of weekends time to do a day-long live stream. So I thought about this, literally it was on the day of the Tubeathon. I was like, I'm enjoying this so much. I love the fact that I'm spending my entire day colouring and someone's there with me. So I thought I want to do a day-long live stream, and as I've got a week off, this is the time to do it. And put it in the chat, and then Amy was like, I'm also doing that, but for a whole weekend. And I was like, well, I ain't doing a whole weekend. But yeah, so I'm thinking Saturday the 21st of Feb. But I thought I would announce it in this live, and that will be for at least 10 hours, I think. I'm thinking realistically I could do 10 till 10. I could do that. I don't want to start crazy early because I won't have the energy. I need to have some energy for it. And it's going to be like another initiative for the Colouring with Cancer, where I challenge everyone watching, how many pages can you colour in a day? And I'm going to see how many I can colour on a stream. So I'm hoping to have a bunch of whips lined up that I can finish boom 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 one after the other. That's the plan for the day. And I might even do things like colouring some bookmarks, doing some alcohol marker pages, like, yes, I'm taking breaks. Oh my god, yes, I'm taking breaks. My parents were like, you're going to do it straight through? And I was like, no, I think at least, probably about every 2 hours, I'll have a break of some kind, whether that's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, like half an hour for a meal. But yeah, there will be regular breaks, so everyone can take a break. Because I need to do things like have a wee. I need to do things like make a cup of tea. And eat lunch. And dinner. And I don't like, or I wouldn't like to eat on camera. So we'll have a break. Colour by number pages? Yeah, I'll throw in a colour by number page. Saturday the 21st of February, so 2 Saturdays time. Yeah, not next Saturday, Saturday after. The 3rd Saturday. Everyone likes the idea. Yay, yay, yay. Might even make it there because it'll be a normal time in my timeline. Amazing, Adele. And I thought doing it for a full day means that anyone anywhere in the world will be able to come in for at least some part of it. Obviously, it's best suited for the UK and European time zones that are close to my own. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it because I spend my whole days colouring anyway. Might as well do it with people. You're going to suggest bookmarks? Yeah, because I've got a bunch of I've got the Diane Dufour bookmarks that I still haven't coloured any in yet. So it might be good to. I'm thinking of doing it like, if I finish an alcohol marker page, then a pencil page, and an alcohol marker, then like kind of jumping between that. So inspiring, you're making me want to do an all-day live at some point. Well, it may be terrible. I may say, nobody do this, it was horrible. Or I may love it and try and do it more often. But yeah, it is an effort to raise some more money for the World Cancer Research Fund, so I will have a little tracker on screen. Amy's been doing these really cool incentives. I don't know what incentives I could do. I'll be honest. I don't want to do challenges. That's just not fun for me. But I'm like, I don't know what else I could do as like incentives. I don't have anything to give. I was chatting to Jo, I was like, I don't have anything to give, like Holly has her mouse guard book to raffle off. I don't have anything that, but I can give my time. I can give a day of my life to just colouring and sort of challenging others to see how many they can colour. I might even think of a hashtag or something. Hi Kate, welcome in. Lovely to see you here. Oh, maybe I'll make it one book challenge for myself, like how many mythical miniatures I can do in one day. That sounds amazing, Adele, and what a great way to like pump out a load of pages. You'll probably want a break for the next month from that book, but yeah, it'd be great if there's a book you want to complete, just get a bunch done in there. We'll be doing your member stream, but apart from that we'll be joining. No worries, Vera, and I'll be catching up with your members. You carry on with your normal stream, and anyone, like, carry on with your normal stream. I'll just be there in the background. Lexi gets treats for donations. Let her be the incentive. I love that. She probably won't even be here for most of it. She'll probably pop in and out every now and then. I mean, she spent the entire afternoon today curled up underneath my duvet on my bed. Little cutie. How about pages you've coloured? Raffle them off. I want to keep my pages. I want to keep them. Hiya Amy, welcome in. You'll see it'll be good enough, yeah. What book are you using? Oh, today it's Dragons du Monde by Diane Dufour. If you keep the date, I'll be with you for the stream and head over to Jess. Yeah, please, like, any members of Vera, like, if you want to pop off to her stream, then come back in. I will not take offence. I think Amy said yesterday, any normal streamers, like, feel free to pop in between, pop in and out, like, carry on with your normal lives. I'll just be here doing this. It's 2 hours of 10. Yeah, exactly. Tempted to buy this book, but not sure. Oh, do you want a quick flip? Do you guys want a quick flip? I always... let me just finish these trees. I can't just do that tiny bit of shaded there and leave that. There we go. Let's do a very quick flip. I forgot to move that out of the way. There we go. I now measure my room temperature by distance between my cats. It has to be 19.4 Celsius. Then to sleep with their butts together. That's amazing. This book, oh, I love it. I think it's my favourite of all of Diane Dufour's work. I just think it's gorgeous. Raffle of books you want to destash? I do have books I'm destashing, but I kind of just want to give them away rather than have people. I mean, I could do, but they're not very desirable books. The Llama Dragon is so cute. It's the same size as Dragons du Monde, the mermaid book. Yes, yeah, it's the exact same size, single-sided, same paper and all that. It's going on your list. See, all it takes is someone flipping through it for you to be like, okay, yep, I get that. I'm getting it now. I love that one. There's a really cool Scottish dragon in here for all my Scottish friends out there. There's a couple which I'm not excited to colour, like that one. I don't think they picked the best picture for the cover, although it is quite striking coloured in on the cover. But yeah, there's a couple where I'm like, not so drawn to that, but oh, these scenes are just amazing. I love all of these where they're doing like different jobs. Like, he doesn't need a whole stick to blow fire, he is the fire. There's like another one of him whittling wood, which I love. This one, boring to me, but that's fine. You can have a few boring pages. This one, the Scottish Highland Dragon, it's so cute. Caution enabling zone. I'll do the measuring at the end, Kimberlyn. Yeah, I would recommend this as one of your first. Your daughter is listening in. I love it. There's a page like this in Dragons du Monde that I've coloured, but look at the capybaras. Amy's daughter, look. So cute. Yeah, I am planning on colouring another page on stream in March, for March of the Dragons. This is technically January's page. Oh, I love that one. The Chinese dragons with the lanterns. She loves capybaras, so stop it. I don't know why, but I feel like you've said that before, that's why I showed it. Then you've got these really cool like Mayan and Aztec themed dragons. This one's doing some blacksmith work. You found your book, woohoo! It was on your cupboard, of course it was. And then we got this zebra dragon. I love the expression of this zebra here. It's like, heh, it's not going to eat me, this lion, it's going to eat that. Little does he know, it's a dragon. Yeah, Vera, if you don't have this book, you need it for Club the Dragons. Yeah, the boring ones are opportunities to use an interesting technique or interesting colours. I feel like they'd look cool with maybe like a monochromatic look. I think this actually would look cool rainbow, like a blendy rainbow, and lots of metallic. Yeah, I love the reading dragon. Yeah, that one. It's just a lot of scales, that one. Measurements. Let me get my ruler with both. It's square, so I only need to measure it once. 23 centimetres, or a little over 9 inches. Just over 9 inches. It's like 9 and what? A 16th? I don't know how to read inches. 9 and a tiny bit. Obviously by the same amount. Yeah, it's a really nice size. It's that like nice in-between size of, not as big as a Kirby book or Johanna book, but not as small as like a Rita book. Might need to get this for the Scottish Dragon. Yes, you do, Angie. Yes, you do. It's actually a requirement. Every Scottish colourist needs this book and colour this Scottish Dragon. And colour it with your specific tartans. I just love that page. It's so cute. Right, back to my page. Yeah, I kind of need it. Yes, you do, Vera. Yes, you do. It's a very precise measurement, a tiny bit. Amy, I only ever work in precise measurements, okay? 9 and a tiny bit. There you go. Same size as the US Rita editions. Yeah, I was going to say that it seems like the same size as the Das Land der kleinen Ebbenche. Let me grab it. Oh, it is like a smidge bigger. You can see. Ooh, can you? That's like a centimetre bigger around each side, but pretty much the same. Right, what now? Next part of the trees. Peacock green. Honestly, these are kind of very ill-defined trees. I'm just kind of scribbling some colour on. Giving some a bit more shading and then leaving some highlight bits. For pencils, I am using Prismacolors, mainly because I really like their muted blues, which fit the colour that I'd based the dragon with. Does anyone else listen to live streams whilst driving, or just me, lol? I've only ever done it once, and that was for when Jo did her random selection of Winter Wonder pages, and I was at work and I had it on in the car, and literally as I pulled into my client's car park, my name was randomised, and I was like, woohoo! I can type and say yes! That's the only time I've listened to a live. Because often lives aren't on whilst I'm out and about. I'm not often out and about. It's only when I'm working that I'm out and about. I might have Amy's on tomorrow, because I think she'll probably still be streaming when I wake up in the morning. That'd be quite nice to wake up to, actually. Live with Amy at 6 AM. I might even keep it running, keep the video going, wake up to it. By the way, you got the Spectrum Noir clear glitter pens after your recommendation. Testing them went from, does this even work, to glitter explosion real quick. Yeah, it is. It can be a bit finicky. Sometimes it gets like an air bubble. You just need to like wipe the brush tip off. Sometimes it's like it's not coming out and you squeeze it. You don't squeeze it too much because it does spurt. But yeah, you can just kind of dab it off on a bit of paper towel or tissue or whatever. And it is a nice glittery thing. Glittery thing. I mainly like using it when I want to have a glitter gel pen, but I don't have it in a colour that I want. So like, say for a muted blue like this, whack that over, turns it into a glitter gel pen. Or like a light pink or a light purple, it's good for that. I've used it a lot in my Zodiac Miniatures books. Are they the glitter brush pens where you squeeze the barrel? If so, then yes, they do that, yeah. You have to be careful. I had a glitter dump on a fairy ring in Sargon. Oh no! Ooh, what did I miss? I do when someone is streaming and I have to come home from work. But don't watch and drive. Listen and drive. Don't watch and drive. Dangerous. I prefer Iridescent Medium by Winsor and Newton. Never tried it, so can't have a preference over something I've not tried. I got given this pack of 3 for Christmas, I think 2 years ago, from my parents. They saw it on my wish list and just got it, and I was like, ooh, kind of forgot I put it on there. And that's still my first one. I don't use it that often, but it just goes to show that it does last a long time. And they did go out of stock, or they weren't available for ages. I want to say the majority of last year, because people would ask me and they were like, I can't find this, what's it called, or do you have a link? And I would try and find a link and nothing came available. They did have it within a set with like a black and a blue, but none of the 3 clear, but it's back in stock now, so don't know what happened there, but you can now get the 3 clear sparkles again. I was watching your I was watching your tag video, Amy. Oh yeah, that's a video I've got to do this month. Amy's tag video. I can't remember what it's called, the Things I Love tag, or I can't remember. But it's like vaguely Valentine's-y themed, to do with things you love about colouring. And you talked about your glitter mediums, and I went back and watched your G is for Glitter video. And then proceeded to put the look for the extra ones of these, the Pentel Dual Hybrid metallic gel pens, like that pink and gold one looks so gorgeous. I was like, I need that. So next time I do an order from Cult Pens, I will be getting those open stock. And then I also added the Sakura glitter ones, because even though you said they weren't very good, I loved the colours, and I was like, I'm putting them on my wish list. I like the clear glitter, but I also got dark blue and black ones. Oh yeah, so you got that set when it was available. That's fair enough. Now I'm tempted to throw black glittery backgrounds at everything. I mean, black and glitter, it just pops, doesn't it? Hi Jeanette, welcome in. Did I say hi Jeanette? No I didn't, but hi Jeanette. You've just totally freaked myself out. I've been through all my whips to find I have 2 pictures in Rita Berman's books and didn't realise I had started it twice. Wait. So you'd started it in one book and started it in another book. That's crazy. The Valentine's tag. They are my absolute favourite, yes. The metallic just give a different vibe, and I prefer glitter to metallic gel pens. Yeah, they looked similar to the Uniball Signo pens that I have, and I actually really enjoy using them, so I thought I'd probably enjoy the Sakura metallic ones as well, for just something a bit different. Ooh, and hiya Holly. Hello. I often miss the hellos because but then I see everyone shouting their names, and then I'm like, oh, I missed it. Hi Holly, welcome in. You'll put them on my Instagram later, nice. You had both sets available but decided I want variety rather than 3 identical pens. That's fair enough. I probably would have chosen that too, because they last ages. Yeah, I've had them for over 2 years now, and I'm still on my first one. But it's nice that I've got the backups. Hi Dana, welcome in. You love your Languor shinies. Yeah, the Languor glitter gel pens are ones that I've looked at and gone, ooh, do I get these? And then I get too overwhelmed by how many colours. And I don't want like over 100. Not again. The regular Languors are hard enough to store alone, let alone. So I just felt overwhelmed by that. I decided, I don't need it actually. Let's leave it there. Your Dark Fairy Tales page is definitely an ugly stage. You've got to keep persevering. It was looking amazing when you showed it on your live stream earlier, Amy. And hiya, it's Jana, isn't it? Cactus Crayons. Welcome in. Oh, Vera's also got a page in an ugly face. Mine, definitely not yours. Vera, you just got to keep going. Hi Amanda, welcome in. Lots of people joining in now. Does anyone remember Cheers? It's like norm whenever streamers enter a chat room. I did not watch that. I think it was a wee bit before my time, Kimberlyn. You're in the same camp, but they seem to be all the range. But yeah, you've got the 72 Languor shinies, very manageable. You've got the 54 and kept them in the box. Yeah, I got all the Languors because, yeah, following on the hype train, and I tell you what, I do like using them. But I don't think I use them enough. And I do have a bit of an excess of colours, but I think at the time I managed to find them all for like £10 or £20, something like that. Very, very cheap on Temu, so I thought, well, I might as well get them all. Why not? And of course they've come out with other sets now, but I don't think I need those. There's never been a time where I've wanted a gel pen and not found the matching colour. I just tend to use the same ones over and over again. Like I always use the same couple of yellows. They seem to be the majority that I use. Thanks for pointing that out, Jess. You're welcome, Kimberly. They're lovely, very juicy, very glittery. Unfortunately, one of them leaked into the box and made a good old mess. Oh, don't Adele, because now I'm like, do I need them again? No, I don't. I don't need them. They are Prismas I'm using. I think almost all the pages I've done in these large square art therapy books have been based on alcohol markers shaded with Prismas. Often when I find a combo that I like, I just stick to it. I don't even bother testing something else out. Right, Celadon green now. Go over the highlights. How do you like those on that paper? I like them really well. What's the book I've used them a lot in? Petit Poupée. Nope, wrong Petit Poupée book. That's the colour by number. That's Petit Poupée. Yeah, all of the pages in here are alcohol marker base, Prismas on top. And yeah, I find they apply really nicely. Nice and smooth. That's probably a good one for lots of colours there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a page in this month actually, because I don't have enough plans apparently. I keep adding more pages. Can I see it as I flip through? Because Zoe and I are going to watch Finding Nemo and Finding Dory this month, as it was one of our films for the Disney group a couple months back that we never got round to doing. And I want to do the Dory page. And I think it'd be nice and quick and easy. I mean, it's just Dory and a big old bunch of bubbles. And with alcohol markers, that'll be easy. Yeah. Every page that I've done in here so far has been alcohol marker, Prismas on top. And I really like them. Yeah. This one is very like wax bloomy. Need to finish it still. You can see that I've shaded these tentacles but not these up here, which it's good that you can see the difference, but still. Right. Pop that away. Have you guys seen there's going to be a second Petit Poupée book? Amy, have you seen that? It's called Adorable Petit Poupée. And it looks amazing. I showed it on my stream last week, so I won't show it again. I just recently did a lyrical order, and that was included. I got them before they were popular, so I paid more than they are now. Drove safe. Good, Melissa. Friday lives coincide with school pickup, so I tune in on the way there while I wait for the bell to ring. That's nice. Gonna have to try them in that book. I didn't really like the black widows in there. The shading was a bit difficult. Yeah, absolutely no problems with the Prismacolors. In fact, I'm thinking about... what other pages have I done? Yeah, every page I'm looking at, my collection, everything I think in this book has been with Prismacolors. Dory is so cute. You priced up Tombos after chatting with you last night, Jess, and found a huge set for like $400, so that's not happening, lol. Do you guys want to see what I've got? And why I didn't do so much colouring yesterday? Here's the swatch chart that I made. And, ooh, are they going to fit in? Barely. You can kind of see them. I can zoom out. The giant set, full set of combos in the fancy pull-out case. Or I'll try and show them off better in my upcoming haul. Ooh. But I feel like I'm in an art store now because, yeah, this is a good way of showing them. Look how satisfying that is. I got this as an early birthday present for myself. If you're in the UK, I got them from Cass Art. I did have a look and you can't get anything from Cass Art delivered to outside the UK. But they were on Cass Art for the same price as the standard case, which is like the 3 foldy outy one. And they also had a £25 off voucher, so I paid, I think, £233 for that. I was kicking myself because they were available on Cult Pens just a couple of weeks ago for £200, but I was too slow at actually deciding that I wanted them. But yeah, already I've used them quite a lot, and I got them yesterday. They are definitely a treat, and they did me well. They have some really, really unique colours. So I'll show you what I had previously. I bought these open stock over time. This was before I even started colouring, when I was doing more journaling. But these purples, this periwinkle blue colour, the peachy tones. So yeah, these have a lot of my favourites, so it's good that I've got a double set of it. Some of them are nearly run out probably, but they're still going strong. The only one that has run out is 451, and I did buy a replacement for that. But it's like a perfect light blue, and I sometimes use that in my colour by numbers. Petit Poupée is one of my favourites. I've got 11 pages done in that book with my sister. Yeah, I was doing it as a project book with Christine, Sank Colours. And then we both got a bit tired of it. But I'm feeling the need to come back to it. And I've got my Disney groups that I can come back and get them done. Oh, I'm very behind with chat, sorry everyone. I will just catch up now. As if they aren't all adorable, literally. Hiya Maya, welcome in. No worries for being late. Adele is collecting an iMusic order. I might spend a fortune in there when I finally order. Nice. yeah, that is going to be a lot, but at least the shipping's kind of combined. I just pre-ordered the Hanakaza Maria Troll book yesterday. Not yesterday, the day before. A couple of days ago. It's a fancy case. And it sits next to my fancy Albert Duras case, so I feel like a proper pro with them sat next to me. The Tombos are really good. My mum had some for card making that lasted 5-ish years before drying out. And the tips are fine the entire time. Yeah. The tips, they'll get kind of more flexible, but they won't really fray, which is amazing. You can tell a marker that I've used less compared to one I've used more, because the tip is more flexible when colouring, but it hasn't frayed, still going strong, and I've had them for at least 5 years. That is the largest set, yeah. It's 107 colours, 108 if you include the colourless blender. It's your birthday on Monday. Happy birthday on Monday, Jeanette. It's quite a lot of us who have birthdays in February. We were doing this, someone was saying about this in a group. I think it was the Mythographic group. And there were so many of us February babies, which is interesting. Yeah, it's my birthday next Friday, and yes, I'm doing a birthday stream, and yes, I'm colouring a bee. So look forward to that one. Got the white zipper case for Tombow. It's not so great, very difficult to get them in and out. Yeah. This one is not very portable, but it's beautiful. Another video idea, best Tombow colours for basing work. Like if someone wants to curate a set, which ones would you choose? Perfect idea. I will. Where's my journal that I put right back down? Here it is. I'm going to use this as like my kind of YouTube journal. Yeah, you can see all of my suggestions here. Best Tombow colours. I will do that. I don't know when, but I will do it. Found small sets of Tombows for like $16 at another store, so I might look into those. Michael's here in the State are great for colouring supplies if you do a coupon. Yeah, we don't have anything like that in the UK, to be honest. Wait for those new books from Nat Hanakaza and Maria Troll before buying. That's fair enough, Adele. I'm trying to be good with that, but I know I'm going to love these two. Tombows are my favourite. I think they may be my favourite too now. Dana's had her Tombows since 2023 and they are all still working amazingly. Yeah, they really are a high quality marker. Like, I'd say to anyone who wants water-based markers, get the Crayola Super Tips. They are the best, most affordable markers out there, and they perform really well. But if you want to go for a higher brand, I mean, I haven't really tried anything else. I've tried the Ohuhu dual brush pens, did not like them at all really. But the Tombows, they are quality. You do feel the quality with them, and they do last. The only weird thing that I've found recently is they've gone quite brittle, and the plastic like snaps off. Like, I could do barely any pressure and it just snaps off in my hand. It's very weird, and it's only been with a couple of markers, and Lexi hasn't eaten them, so I can't blame it on her. They've just gone weirdly brittle. But that's the only weird thing that's happened, so I don't know why. And it's not with all of them, just a few. They do last a long time. Want those two, Halloween and Victoriana by Ellie Marks. Might grab some more books as well. I mean, you might as well. It's $5.99 shipping, so you might as well, Adele. I also just pre-ordered the new Maria Troll and Hanakaza books. I'm very excited. Me too. Although we got to wait. If you ordered them both at the same time, like I did, you got to wait until the second one's been released. So April, whatever it is, for Maria Troll's book, they don't ship one at a time. They ship together when they're both available. Does anyone know of a comparable set of markers to Tombows that are cheaper? There's the Ohuhu dual brush pens, which are similar to Tombows but nowhere near as good, and I don't like the colour range. I'd recommend the Crayolas, but they're not brush pens. Another long weekend in the States, President's Day. found some B pages to do. Nice, Jeanette. That's how you found out you started 2 exactly the same pages. I love that. Started 2 with the same page. I'm currently working on a page you can use for February. Love it. Totally agree. Got a small set of tombos. Oh, that's strange. Mine haven't done that. Yeah, it literally was like a month ago. Some of them started just chipping away. Very weird. I mean, they still work perfectly fine, and the lids still snap on, so that's the main thing. If any Canadians are here, Book Outlet has free shipping on any order amount today. Ooh, that's a good deal. If I were in Canada, I'd be immediately over there going, what do I want? I don't even want anything, but what do I want? I have to make the use of a good deal. Be a while till they ship, but I have a lot of books to work on in the meantime. Yeah. I decided that I would rather save myself $5.99 than have them shipped separately. And you know what? Sometimes waiting that extra month just generates hype for the book. And I can live vicariously through others. Usually I like to wait until I receive the book for a flip through, but I think with this one I might not be able to resist. I'll just want to see it and share the love, because I have a feeling Tales from the Castle Ruins could be my favourite one from her. I just think it's going to be great. Hi Brittany, welcome. You got the Crayolas as well. Honestly, the Crayolas are fab. Love the Crayolas. When my seconds start running out, I'm gonna get the 150 set, because you can never have too many colours. Right, I think we're about done with the trees. It's only taken me over an hour just to do the greenery. It's been a very distracty stream, and I love those kind of streams. Right, I think I will do the mountains next. Got the new Lulu Mayo book this week and the Bridgerton colour by number. Nice! I keep seeing the Bridgerton colour by number, and it's got really cute pretty pastel palettes. I just don't think I have any set that would work well for them, so I'm just gonna leave it. That's fine. You might have to place a Book Outlet order, lol. You got Mythical Beasts from Mythographic. Oh, I love that one. £4 in the works, how can you say no? Honestly, wish I knew that was going to happen and I would have not bothered pre-ordering it. Although I pre-ordered Lulu Mayo's A Million Hugs and Kisses last year at the same time as Flower Fantasy and A Million Dragons, because Waterstones were doing a 25% off pre-orders for 2026. So I bought a bunch then. And that's fine. Sometimes you save, sometimes you don't. Right, I'm going in with the slate grey now on these mountains. Haven't ordered from there in a while. Honestly, I just can't resist a good bargain. Even though there's nothing I necessarily want in terms of books right now, at least not ones that are already released, still doesn't stop me browsing Vinted every now and then. I'm mainly looking for new stickle colours on Vinted, so that's what I'm mainly browsing for. What was in the works for £4? I can go on Monday. A Million Hugs and Kisses by Lulu Mayo. And apparently they had loads delivered in stores. I heard from Joe, Picky Pens, and also I think it was Polly was saying that there were loads there, and she was surprised how many there were. You will go on Monday. Nice. school's out, I'm off. Take care all. You take care too, Melissa. Safe drive home. Go. Oh no, a bit up here. Yeah, next Friday is the 13th of February, which is my birthday, and I was like, do I stream, do I not? And I thought, yeah, I want to stream. I love streaming. So let's stream. I might push it back just by half an hour, just so I've got some bit of extra time to eat my dinner. Not that I rush eating dinner, but I think we'll get a takeaway. I've been wanting a Chinese since the new year, and it's my birthday, so I get to choose. And I want a Chinese. So we'll order that, eat that. So it might be 8 PM start, but yeah, thought I will stream. And the plan is to do the bee page from Fragile World. Amanda Colours, Amanda Colour is who influenced you on getting the Bridgerton colour by number. Fair enough. You know, often all it takes is one person showing a book and you're like, okay, yep, I need that. I do have a lyrical order whizzing its way to me. I don't know who it is. In fact, I'm going to look up. Can I ask you about the Bridgerton book, please? Let's have a look together. Lyrica. Mark's safe from ordering from Book Outlet. Love that. Love the B pages with ships. Not sure what book that one's in. That's Worlds Within Worlds. One next to the Flower Fun Fair. I do love that. Bridgerton. Here it is. So this is... I love the cover. It's a really cool cover. So that's what the pages look like. I think it's a single-sided one. They're really pretty colour palettes, very bold. I don't like the lineless style for myself. I love how other people... It's because I don't use acrylic paint pens. I think these look amazing with acrylic paint pens. But for me, not so much. I'm easily book influenced by Candace, A Happy Catastrophe. Yes, I've definitely been influenced by her in the past. It didn't have the 2 mythographics that I will get if I find them on sale. Or which ones are you after, Kimberlyn? So yeah, that's the Bridgerton book. Does look very cool. Let me see if I can show you what I've got coming my way from Lyrica without showing you my address. Okay, yes. Here we go. So, I've got the Tome 11. That hasn't been shipped yet because it's not out yet, but it will be shipped when it's shipped. I've got this one, which was inspired by Zacatissimo, her live stream for the Tubathon. It's this witches colouring book. It looks so cool. So it was already on my wish list and I thought, I'm getting that. Then I really loved the look of this Disney Mystery Family Portraits. I was really mad that it was only 50 pages, which is why I didn't get it to begin with. But I saw completed pages and I was like, I love it, I love it, I love it. And then I got this one, the Disney Mystery Mandalas, just because someone in our Disney group has been colouring in this and it looks amazing, and I thought, I want to do that now. And then the stained glass. This one is beautiful. What's the stained glass one? Let's have a look. So this one is by a new artist. I follow them on Instagram actually, and their artwork is stunning. It's a little bit more simpler compared to the Big Vitro hardback book, which I really love. And I was on the fence and I was like, you know what? I love it. So I'm getting it. Yeah, it is absolutely stunning. It is totally up your alley, yeah. Finding Nemo. We wanted to do a Finding Nemo page. Damn it, Jess! Right, I'm transitioning, and I'm just going to pop you on the BPAC Zoom screen for a moment because I really need the toilet. So I'll be back in 1 minute. Okie dokie. Right, let's go back. What did I miss? So the Bridgerton book is single-sided, that's good to know. Kimberlin's Waiting for Magical Earth and Fairy Wonderland. 2 great choices, definitely worth adding to your collection. But yeah, mythographic books are expensive and they do drop in price all the time, so yeah. Yeah, Tome 13 is out, March 18th, and the preview pages are so stunning. Cannot wait for that book. I have a feeling it's going to be my favourite. Just the pages look to be the same kind of level of detail and quality as Princess's Tome 2, and I think that's objectively the most beautiful of all the colour by numbers. But it's not my favourite because it's just Princesses. I like variety. I always like variety. Which book is also on your wish list? Nice Vera. Yeah, she did such a beautiful job colouring that page. You use some acrylic paint pens on a page you're currently working on in one of your colour by number books. You found the lighter colours don't cover the numbers completely at all. Your sky blue coloured Guangnar gel pen would not colour the way it needed to on the same colour by number image. When you used it on a separate piece of paper, it worked fine. Honestly, the Guangnars annoy me and I choose to not use them anymore. Yeah, I just find that the quality is very... Like, when they work, they're great. But half the time they don't work and I just get annoyed. When you do a haul video on these books, I need your code for the site. I can give you the code if you need my code. And I think if you go on my last lyrical haul, it's probably linked in the description there. But yeah, I think I will be doing a specific lyrical haul because there's a good 4 books in there that we can share with some older ones, some newer ones. So it'd be nice to share them in one. Can you DM me the stained glass one? Can't find it. I can put the link in chat. Oh no. And next Tuesday, I'm gonna be having a quick tips Tuesday on how to find upcoming books on various different sites, like normal Amazon, Amazon Japan, and Lyrica. I find it doesn't really work on Aladdin. I find Aladdin very, very hard to search through. You just got to kind of happen to find things one day. I know why they didn't do it, but I'm still sad Bridgerton didn't do accurate Regency English court gowns. They were so silly and magnificent at the same time. I think from what I've seen about like people reviewing, like fashion historians, they did a really good job in seasons 1 and 2 of doing a Still accurate to Regency period, but slightly more fantastical. And then series 3, they just went off the rails. Some of the things were just like, it was all the makeup as well, very modern, acrylic nails. It just takes you out of it. But I like the kind of Regency, but make it brighter, make it more vivid, like modern fabrics. I like that kind of style to it. I like the look of the mandalas. Yeah, they're really fun. Try not to buy any. I bought so many in Aldi last month. See, I only got 2 books last month, so I feel like I am due a haul. Hi Nikki, lurking whilst colouring, likes and shared. Thanks Nikki, lovely to see you here. So excited for the new Eerie book. Yes! Guys, if you didn't know, there is a new Eerie book coming out, and I've translated the title. It's called Eerie World Travel. I can't wait. I love a travel themed book. I love a travel themed book, and I love Eerie. And I just know that this one's going to be such a win. She's already done a kind of travel themed book. She did the tracing travel one, and she did the World Heritage, which goes to different countries, but it's more themed to, well, yeah, heritage, rather than the countries specifically. I'm looking forward to a more country specifically themed book. I want more illustrators to do travel themes, like Rita Berman's series. I just think it's such a fun theme to go to different countries. There's so much cool imagery associated with different countries. When's it coming out? Ooh, let me check. I would show you a picture, but there are no pictures, so I'll just be showing you a picture coming soon screen. Oh, did I? Actually, I wrote it in my journal. I don't even need to check my phone. It's coming out this month. I thought it was March. It's coming out the 25th of Feb. So I think March I'm going to be doing an Amazon Japan order, because there's a few that I've got my eye on. There's this Alice and Dinah in Wonderland Dokimeku book, and then the Eerie's World Travel. But this year I am not letting myself pre-order any Amazon Japan books. I need to see a flip through before I get, rather than impulse buying from them. Because if I don't like something, or not if I don't love something as much as I thought I would, I can easily return it for Amazon, but when it's from overseas, it's hard to return. So yeah, February is a good colouring book month. You didn't know it was coming out so soon? I know, 25th of Feb. Yeah, it just suddenly popped up there the other day. It was literally this month, I think. So it was a very short, return window. Hi Erica, welcome in. Oh, it's on your dad's 85th birthday, lovely. There is a new Tokimeki book. In fact, there's two new Tokimekus. Let me see if I can find them. Amazon Japan. So there's Alice and Dinah in Wonderland. That's coming out on the 30th of Feb, next week. Let's go to my lists. Make sure it doesn't show my address. There we go. Nope, not that one. Where's my... that one. Oh, why is it... why is it being weird? What has happened here? Sorry, my web browser sharing has gone strange. What has happened here? Sorry, technical difficulties. Oh my gosh, I think I need to delete that, add a new source. Window capture. There we go. Has it done that? There we go. Okie dokie. So, here is the Eerie book. You can't see any details, it's just... But if you're ever wondering how to find... how to read it, 3 dots in the corner, and then translate to English, and it will translate the page for you. So it's called World Travel, walking around my favourite places. So we've got London and Paris, Monaco, Cotswolds, Bulgaria, Kenya, Fez, Australia, Hawaii. Yeah, sounds right up my alley, that Eerie book. When you see a flip through of the Alice book, let me know. Yes, definitely, Kimberlyn. I'm also looking out for it. Then, oh no, let's not show that one next. Then I've got a few others that I'm looking at on my wish list. This is the Alice and Dinah in Wonderland book. So it's by Mirren, new author. And these are the preview images so far anyway. So you've got some coloured examples. They do look very, very cute. Like, look at that Mad Tea Party one. And it's falling into the Wonderland. Drink Me. That's a cute one. Thought I was all done with my Amazon Japan orders. Oh no, it keeps going. Curiouser and Curiouser. Oh, that's a cute one with the caterpillar. It's a really cute art style. It gives such like a storybook vibe. Look at them. Yes. It is very nice. Very nice. Oh, I love that. I love the frame of it for the playing croquet scene. So yes, that is the it's called Alice and Dinah in Wonderland. So I've got my eye on that one. Yeah, it's nice that Dinah's joined her on the journey. I always think it's so sad that Dinah gets left behind. And then this is the other, I believe it might be the Kodavari series, so the slightly thinner one. This is called, let's translate that page. It's called the My Travel Memories. But it's by Waka Nakauchi, who does the Bear in the Wonderful Town book. Because it says this is the 5th instalment, there's been 4 of the Kodavari series. But yeah, this is another travel book, so it goes through England and the Netherlands, Egypt and Hawaii. So far all we have is this cover, but it looks so cute! They'll have some more images like they do on the Alice in Wonderland one when it gets nearer the time. But this one is due to be released March 18th. So yeah, February and March. We've got a lot of books coming out February and March. Then the other one I've got my eye on, but I will definitely need to see a flip through because I didn't really like the first one, but something about this cover I really like. It's called Kitten. But it's the same as that. I think it's called like Wonderland or something like that. It's got the same kind of style cover. Little Girl and Kitten. But yeah, it is very, very cute. So I want to see some more of that. Because there's another one I think it's got like Wonder written on the front. But yeah, that's everything on Amazon Japan that I've got my eye on. Oh, I know the issue with what I was having. Delete that. I wasn't on my browser scene, I was on my webcam one. I'm so silly. February 13th, not 30th. There we go. I need a colouring buddy to place an order in Amazon Japan so that we can share shipping costs, but no one near. Yeah, it is annoying. I think it is Dinah, because the title of the book is called Alice and Dinah in Wonderland. The bear one, I think I'm going to love that bear one. But again, not allowing myself to buy it until I see a flip through. And now I'm like, I think I'll probably wait until after the bear one's released to order as well. Otherwise I would have to wait until there's a bunch of books that I want to do an order. Because there were a few at the end of last year. The Mickey to Kai one. The... what's the other one that I had? The Gino Bear book. So yeah, I think I'll wait until March to place that order. Hi Polly, welcome in. Lovely to see you. Hope you're doing well. Oh, just having a drink. Right. I think the mountain's done. It's been such a slow process, this page today. I've been very distracted. But that is no problem. You know I love to be distracted. I distract myself. Right, let's start working on this lovely dragon now. So I've got Mediterranean Blue and Blue Violet Lake for the darker sections. You just got the Mickey to Kai one, would definitely recommend. It's adorable. Paper is great too. It looks so cute. I was inspired by Kay. So basically almost everything that Kay got in her recent Amazon Japan video, I'm getting in mine. Plus a couple others that will then be released. But yeah, I was like, oh, do I want these books? Saw Kay's video and I was like, oh yes, yes I do. Yes I do. I could show you what else is on my wish list. Books that I'm looking to purchase. I'm just trying to take my time with actually purchasing books now. So I've shown these on stream before. So this is the Mickey to Kai one. It is such a colouring with Kay book. She loves her detail, and this is a detailed book. And I do like my detail too, but I find coming up with colour palettes overwhelming. So the fact that these have coloured versions, yeah, I love it. And ooh, look at those tiny details. Just look at them. But so fun and colourful. I feel like Tombos would do very well in these books. Yeah, just something with lots of colours. Oh, there's a whole other half of the page there. Oh my gosh, look at those purples. Beautiful. Got any big images? Oh yes, so that's what they look like. I think it's laid out the same as the Bear Country by Chip book, where they've got all the coloured images at the front, and then these, you've got no coloured image next to it, which I quite like, because then you can change up colours without it being so obvious. Not that there's any rules for changing them up anyway. But yeah, got like a haunted house it looks like there. Hard to see in these small images, but you get the vibes. Oh, that one's got dinosaurs. Cute. Nikki's trying to colour what you have for a while. That's completely fair enough. It's been a few months since I've done an Amazon Japan order, so I'm itching for some new books. And I've coloured in quite a few of mine for this year. Oh, look at that one. That's got loads of koalas on it. Oh, Christmas! Love it. So yeah, that's one of the books I'm looking to get. And then also this one, this is that Bear Country book by Chip, but in postcard form, which I love a little book. Are you team big book or small book? I'm team small book. I like a small book. Just move across. All these are big. Come on, this page. But yeah, this has got the same big pages from Chip, but they're not the same pages, they're different pages, but the same style of pages, just smaller, which I love. And a little less detailed, a little less overwhelming. But I am not allowed to get this until I colour in the big one. I will not let myself. So if I want to order it, I've got to have coloured a page in the big book that I already have. That's some examples there. Here you've got the postcard coloured next to it. And then the line art to the side. Look at that one, so cute. Oh, so cute. So cute. Look at that wintry one. Gorgeous. And then the other book. Is this one. It's called Gino the Bear. And is published by the same company who does the Secret Invitation book that I absolutely loved. I'm colouring Vajana and Dana, Dabla D. But this bear is adorable. So cute. I saw Kay has this, I saw Paulina has this, and on both of their flip-throughs of this book I was like, yep, that's the book for me. It's filled with animals and food. What more could I want? I like both of those things. Look how cute that squirrel is. It's so cute. Look at the ice cream shop and the cow. I wonder if there's a pig in this book. For piggy pens. Right, that is everything though. Those are the books that I'm looking to get from Amazon Japan at some point soon, probably next month. Just found a Bramley Hedge colouring book on Amazon Japan with no cover, set to come out on the 20th of Feb. Possible new book. Ooh, I haven't seen that. It could be a new book or it could be a reprint, because that's happened with a few books on Amazon Japan recently. Often they'll change the cover and it's not very clear that it is a reprint. They did it with Apol, one of her books, where it looked like a new book but it was just a reprint in Japanese. They did it with, oh, what was the other one? Oh, the Stella Park colouring book for A Bright Day Together. Got 2 Team Small books, 3 Team Small books. Looking forward to Inklings. I am holding off on Inklings. I have not nearly coloured enough in Small Victories. So unless I'm absolutely blown away by the artwork of Inklings, I will be holding off for now. Wait until I see flip-throughs at least. Not saying no, but I'm saying maybe. I do hope it's more interesting and creative than a last book, Wonderful Wildflowers. It was beautiful, don't get me wrong, but very boring compared to a lot of our other books. Just a lot of flowers, which are beautiful, don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with the book. But I think objectively, like subjectively, you can love the book. But objectively, I think it's a boring book in terms of variety. I like a book with variety. Even World of Flowers, which is, again, a book of flowers, there's still quite a large variety to them. Like other objects on the page, not just flowers. Has anyone seen The Cosmic Slumber Tarot by Tilly Walden? Have I? No, I don't think I have. Cosmic Slumber Tarot. Ooh. That looks cool. That looks really cool. Oh my gosh, that's such an insane page. I feel like I have seen this, or I've seen something with a similar layout. Yeah, it's not this exact. It looks similar in terms of layout to the, I think it's the Modern Witch Tarot. That Candace shows a lot on her. But yeah, I haven't seen that one before. Oh, I think it's the same, because I scrolled down a bit and you can get it as a bundle. Probably the same publisher. Tarot books is a magic word. Interesting. You say tarot, you say zodiac, you say fairy tales, and I'm like, where? Where are they? What are they? I've got my eyes on the Cats Rule the World tarot book, and there's a zodiac astrology book as well by someone that I haven't seen any preview images yet, and I will not be getting it until I do or see a flip through. But it's called The Art of Zodiac by... Who's it by? It's by an artist who's on Instagram. I think her name's Jess something. It's in my upcoming book list, which is always linked in the description. I do have to show you something that I will be getting. It's called Art of Zodiac by Jessica Miller. Are there preview images? Warning for stroby, liney looks. The Art of Zodiac. Well, it's not too bad today. This is it, by Jessica Miller. I've got my eye on this. There's no preview images yet, though. And then this is the book. I'd seen someone talk about it, but it wasn't on Amazon UK yet. But it's utterly adorable, by Teresa Goodridge. And just look at these pages. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because of the stroby lines. I don't know why this camera specifically hits my phone, but it does. But I want that book. My dad's favourite animals are otters, and I showed him this book and he went, oh yes, that better have been an immediate pre-order. And I was like, not yet, but I probably will. That's out in March. And he goes, oh, so March. His birthday's on June 20th. He goes, that's enough time for you to complete it and gift it to me for my birthday. And I was like, no. Just no. Joe, chuff's sake. It's 6:30. I was waiting for this live and I bloody missed it by miles. What country were you in, Joe? You were 1 hour behind in your time zone. What country's mindset were you in? It's always 7:30 for me. But you're here now. Welcome in. Welcome in. Lovely to see you. Totally agree. There's nothing new in there. Oh, with Johanna's. The flowers are still my go-to favourites. I find them easy, so more relaxing. Don't worry about how to colour them. That's fair enough. Like, I completely understand people who just love her style and love their... But, like, that's fair enough. You pre-ordered Inklings. If it's more of the same, I'll send it back. Yeah, fair enough. It's still quite expensive, I think, on pre-order, and I thought I don't want to pay that much, personally. So I'm waiting to see some flips. That's why I didn't get any of her flower books. Ivy and the Inky Butterfly instead, which is so many. Yeah, it has so many flowers, but the flowers are all quite different from each other, which is something I like about that book. My capybara book arrived today, Colour Me Capybaras, and it's chunkier than I expected, but can't wait to start it. Oh, stop talking to me about that book. I keep looking at that book and going, do I want it? Do I not? Do I want it? Do I not? I do love it, but I don't like how big the background space is. I feel like it would, like, drain my alcohol markers. And that's what's holding my back from that book. Not wrong though, those books only have 31 pages plus the title page. I mean, yeah, I could, but I don't think I could. I could, but I won't. I love the astrology colouring book by Anna Jaren. It's untouched though. I just finished the Capricorn page a couple of days ago. Absolutely loved it. You just started watching another video and forgot it just keeps playing vids. Yeah, that's the trouble. You get distracted. You go down your little YouTube rabbit holes. Ooh, Wendy's uploaded the Symphony of Cute Animals collab video. Yay! I will be watching that later tonight. Right, let's grab, what's it, Blue Violet Lake. Page looking wonderful, thank you. Nif's currently working in World of Flowers, nice. I'm kind of secretly hoping that World of Flowers pops up in my spring randomizer. which I think for my spring randomizer, I'm going to do it as a pre-recorded video, but upload it as a premiere and do that on an evening one night. I don't know when. I'll pick a day when there's nothing going on. Yeah, I thought it would be fun to do it as a premiere, and I'll be there in the live chat when it releases, which will be weird kind of watching my video at the same time as you all. But then we can like gush over books together and talk about like, ooh, that was a good pick, or yay, I want to see you colour this page, etc. I think that will be fun. I was inspired by Erica's premiere video that she did for the Tubeathon, and I was like, this is really fun. I want to do it. And I did like doing it live on camera with you guys, but I think less people are likely to want to watch it when it's a live, because lives are a bit of a commitment to go back and rewatch. I know they're not for everyone, and so then at least you get the same sort of like interactivity as a live, but with the pre-recorded video, where you're not missing out as much if you didn't make it on time. Like the video is the exact same, and it will stay on the channel. You're trying to extend what I can do, so watching wonderful colourists like you. Oh, thank you, Jeanette. There are lots of colourists to get inspired by out there. I always have to remind myself that not every book is for everyone, and that's a good thing, we're all different. Absolutely. And that's the beauty. That's the beauty of all these different art styles, all these different colourists. Different strokes for different folks, they say. And it's very true. Can't you limit the background space by adding a sort of frame, circle, rectangle, etc.? Could do. Could do. I don't know if they... Yeah, they're not empty backgrounds. Yeah, they're more scenes, just... I'm thinking on an example, there might be like a capybara and a beach chair here, and then it's a big beach background. It's just large spaces. Started a page in Oceans to Stars because I'm practicing my skin and hair colouring, but my kitty wanted cuddles, so I'm taking a break. That's a good reason for a break, Elise. Always take a break when you and someone needs cuddles, absolutely. You missed Emily illustrate this afternoon, had to sleep. Of course you can still just colour within a circle and leave the rest uncoloured. People do that. They do. It's not something I've ever done. I just feel like I would know the page is unfinished under there. I rarely go back and watch a live I missed. I enjoy that interaction. I'm the same, I'll be honest. The only exception being the Tubeathon live streams, because they were special. But yeah, like, so I missed four whole live streams, and then most of Amy's. I just made it to the start intro bit, and oh, it just felt I so wanted to type a comment and be like, comment on something they said at the time, and it made me sad that I couldn't. So I think that's why I'm not so much of a replay crew. But hello everyone in Team Replay right now, when you're watching in the future. How's it looking? Yeah, always do appreciate people in the replay crew. You're going to bed, had a day and a week and a month. Thanks for streaming. You take care, Vera. Have a good night's sleep. I will see you soon. Right. We've got these little stripy bits, furry bits, that are in the darker colour as well. So this is Mediterranean blue and then blue violet lake. Slap lekker, sleep well. I love saying that. And now I know how to spell it. Although I do find it takes me a lot of self-restraint not to put slap liquor. Just because it's funny and I'm immature. Hi Yvonne, first time visiting live here, welcome in, hope you are doing well, thanks for joining us. And you heard from your cardiologist secretary today, they found someone that can take me on until she's back from her long-term leave, that's amazing. Sorry, I just read the comment below, but that's amazing Angie, glad that's got sorted for you. I'm sure that'll be a great relief as well. I giggled with you Jess, we can be 12 together. No, I was laughing underneath at Adele going, slap liquor? It's slap lekker, I think. I don't know Dutch. I'm learning though, I'm learning things. I can tell people to sleep well, and that's about it. Hi Arabia, welcome in, hope you're doing well. Lives are awesome, they are awesome. Everyone who live stream for the first time for the Tubeathon, I was like, guys, you're gonna get addicted, they are so much fun. I cannot imagine what the nerves were like for doing your very first live for the Tubeathon, so props to those guys. Because I was third last, I spent the entire day seeing people in the chat and they were like, I'm really nervous, and I was like, I'm excited, like, I can't wait, bring on 7:30, and then it got to like 7:15 and I was like, I was freaking out, I was like, okay, I get the nerves now. Maybe if I was streaming earlier on that day, I wouldn't have felt as nervous going into it, but because it was so late, I had all this kind of like tension built up inside me, that it just kind of bubbled out. How much have I missed? You've missed a lot of sidetracking. Me showing off different things from Lyrica and Amazon Japan, and yeah. Anyone who has just joined will have missed my little announcement that on Saturday the 21st of February, so 2 Saturdays time, I am going to be doing an all-day long live stream. I'm thinking 10 till 10 because it sounds nice and it feels achievable for me to get up for 10 and then stream until 10. Might even be a little bit past 10, we don't know. But yeah, I am going to be doing an all-day live stream as part of my initiative for Colouring for Cancer. I don't necessarily have anything that I can give away, but I can give my day of colouring to you all. That like on a Game of Thrones season 5. What's the gift? I am the gift. I always think of that clip of Tyrion coming out of the box and he's like, I am the gift. Right, taking this blue violet lake now for the rest of the dragon. It is the cardiologist taking me on is my mum and brother's cardiologist, and she's very nice. As always, a plus as well, Angie, so that's great to hear. On how did you highlight my name? I tried that with yours and it didn't work well. I find the same, so you're not the only one. I've tried atting people's names and it doesn't work, so I don't know. Tell me. Time is just as good as money, as Amy has been reminding everyone. Time is a donation. If you don't have the funds, the money to donate, time is a valid donation and it is just as valuable. And if you didn't see my completed pages video and the pledge that I put in there, all of my ad revenue that I generate for the month of February will be donated. So time of watching videos is greatly appreciated, even more so now for the charity as the more views means the more ad revenue it will generate. I keep getting weird streaks of like purple in this, which is why I keep sort of stopping and checking my pencil out. Something weird going on in the lead. It's like a bit of reddish purple. Violet has one of my favourite lines in Bridgerton of the I am the tea. They said you were serving tea up here tonight. I am the tea. They're like, yes girl, yes. Yeah, that was a great moment. What was another quote that made me laugh? Oh, it was the Lady Danbury pouring out her soul. I need to see my home country. I need to live. And the Queen just goes, no. That one, that quote, I cackled. I really did. I could feel it bubbling. I could feel it coming. Just her pouring out her soul and the Queen just being like, no. I'm not saying any spoilers, like these are just random moments. What will you be colouring on that live, Arabia? I'm going to be colouring as much as I possibly can, and I challenge everyone who is there to see how many pages they can colour in one day. The plan is to start a bunch of whips and try and finish them off in that live, so I can be like boom boom boom. Yes, some could call it cheating, but no. I'll probably do that for pencil pages, so I'll start a few pencil pages, finish them off on the live, and then any alcohol marker pages I'll do then and there, because they are like an hour or two. I think I'm going to tell you guys here, my goal is 10 pages, I think. Love Queen Charlotte. I do love her. Loved the series Queen Charlotte. Such a good series. Love Bridgerton. Feel good cozy watching. Absolutely. It's going to be Saturday the 21st of February. I will do a Instagram and YouTube community post. Actually no, I'm just going to do a YouTube community post. I don't really post on Instagram very much, so I feel like it's a bit random when I do. I'm still obsessed with inserts himself. Inserts himself where? I love that line. And what does she say in response? Why must I be punished over and over? That is a good one. You just gave me permission to start a bunch of pages. Start away. You go for it. Hi Beldani, welcome in. What day is this? Saturday the 21st of February. I'm going to be streaming all day from 10 till 10 UK time. That's what I'm officially advertising it as. I was going to leave it up in the air, but no, I need to give official start and end time. 10 till 10 it will be. And yes, there will be breaks. I'm not a robot. I promise. As much as Google tries to ask me, I'm not a robot, so I will be doing breaks probably every 2-ish hours. You know, wee, cup of tea, lunch, and it's a good opportunity for everyone else to have a break. Because I think that was a nice thing about the Tubeathon, the fact that we had those 10-minute chunks every hour and a half that we could just go step away from our screens for a bit. I mean, you can do that whenever you want. Like, if you're watching my stream, don't feel like you have to sit here for the entire time. Do whatever you like. And if you've got other commitments that day, you go ahead and do those commitments. If you've got other streamers you want to watch those other streamers. I'll be here in the meantime. But yeah, I wanted to do it on a weekend day, and I thought a Saturday would be good, because then you can have Sunday to recover. And for me, I've got the week off work, so I'm free. Hi Art and Books, welcome in. You just made a YouTube account and subscribed. Looking forward to your videos. Thank you so much. What should we call you, Art and Books, or just Art and Books? What would you like to be called? That one had me deceased, literally. You busy girl. I am a busy girl. I love the character art for the Penelope sisters in season 3. Honestly, where are they in season 4? What happened to them? You have that one scene of Philippa talking with Varley, and that's it. Where have they gone? They were literally constantly in the house in season 3, even though they were often married. They seem to have sidelined a few side characters this season, but they might appear in part 2. Who knows? Also, their mother's quote when she said, "But they're mine." Oh, yeah, my girls. Did you answer my question? I missed it about the live. What question? What will you be colouring? Oh, all sorts. Bunch of whips. I'm thinking alternating, like if I do an alcohol marker page, then do a pencil page, then do an alcohol marker and pencil, like switching. That's kind of what I did for the Tubeathon. Your name's Sue. Oh, Beldani is Sue. That's good to know. And Art and Books is Jamie. Someone said the other day that they have a cheat sheet. I'm pretty good at remembering. Sometimes it takes me a couple of people coming in for me to learn. But yeah, Sue is Beldani. Jamie is Art and Books. Good to know. Haven't seen season 4 yet. Waiting for full release. Yeah, I would have done that, but I learned from Stranger Things that I cannot avoid spoilers, although the Stranger Things spoilers were much more major than the Bridgerton ones, because I kind of know the rough plot points of all of the characters' love stories. Like, I knew what happened with Benedict and how season 4 part 1 ends and what he asked her. I knew that was coming. I knew it was a Cinderella story. That's not a spoiler. And then with Francesca, I know what's going to happen with her and with her husband and whatnot, and what's going to happen with Eloise. I don't know about the younger two. So yeah, I've decided I'm going to listen to all of the audiobooks now. Except I've been too busy with the Tubeathon and then watching people's completed pages videos that I've only managed to listen to the first 3 chapters of the first Bridgerton book. So it's taken me a while. It's okay, there's no rush. Where are the babies and husbands? Literally, where are the girls? I need to watch Bridgerton. I've never watched it. Who on here suggests it? Oh, I love it. I recommended it to Yolanda and she was like, that kind of romance is not something she likes, but she's really enjoying it. And I think a lot of people have said that. People who don't typically like romantic themed shows really do like Bridgerton. You've got to be okay with spicy scenes. Like, they're not the craziest. They're not like Game of Thrones. Some of them are. But you've got to be okay with some intense love scenes. But then season 1's the worst, for sure. The other seasons aren't nearly as bad. There's like a couple of scenes each season kind of thing. But I mean, season 1 of Bridgerton starts with Jonathan Bailey's bare ass on the screen, and I don't think any series could have much of a better start to it. That's a win. That's a win of a series for me. I also have a cheat sheet. I'm terrible with names. That's fair enough. If I was worse at remembering, like, often someone needs to remind me a couple of times, but once that's happened, I do remember. Random question, but do you colour every day, or do you have set days you colour? I colour every single minute I can, which is every day. Occasionally I'll have, I do go through colouring slumps, believe it or not, where I don't feel like colouring, and I don't. But usually it's a day or two where I don't actually colour anything. I'm currently on day 43 of a streak where I have finished at least 1 page a day for 43 days. That's been since the 26th of December. Despite eating an entire English muffin this afternoon, Hunter's still begging for food. Bless him. I will quiz next time I come in. Oh no, Sue, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Never watched Bridgerton, but acting inspired me to buy the colouring book. I'm addicted to it, honestly. You're same for Adele. She's not a romance girly, but it got me hooked. Nice. I love spicy scenes. I'm a naughty girl. No worries. It does get less and less spicy as it goes on. Stranger Things isn't that scary. It's a show for teens, really. I mean, there is one scene. There's one like proper gory scene in the final season that kind of comes out of nowhere, and was like proper gore, and I was like, whew. I like gore though. Excuse me, the carriage scene in season 3. Yes, that was a good scene, and the mirror scene as well. Those 2 scenes. But yeah, season 2 was tame. Which, considering all the stuff that Anthony did in season 1, season 2 was very tame. My husband loves Bridgerton. We both do, but he was gutted tonight to realise we were in a break. And he's like a normal, quite butch... Oh, chow? I was like, a chow? Chap. Normal, quite butch chap. Yeah, I keep seeing these shorts online of girlfriends who are getting their partners, or women getting their partners to watch Bridgerton, and they're like, oh, I don't want to watch this. And then they're like engrossed on the screen, like can't take their eyes off it. It's quite interesting. I do like Saw gore. I love the Saw franchise. I love binging it every now and then. Stranger Things is a bit creepy in season 1 and 2, but I wouldn't consider it scary. I agree. It's like creepy, eerie vibes, but not scary. Yeah. Disappointed to hear the romance dies out with each season. I love that kind of romance. Honestly, season 1 was crazy. Like, there is an entire episode where it seems like every other scene it's some people doing it. And then, yeah, it fizzles out. I mean, Stranger Things really isn't the kind of show that's for everyone. You need to like complicated stories. You need to like kind of sci-fi things, fantasy things. Because it is quite hard to keep track of, I'll be honest. Bye, Tara. You take care. You're making me reconsider Dragons. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Yes, when the soldier's eyes got gouged out, yeah. The guy comes in and it just pierces him through the head, and it was just like, what? That was the gore. It just doesn't feel tame because of the intensity of his emotions. Very true, very true. I mean, if eyes could make love... That's such a weird thing to say. But that's what season 2 is. between the main couple. If eyes could make love, could make babies. Yeah. The naughty side is coming out tonight, honestly. It doesn't take much. We like the one-liners with Mother Bridgerton. I am the tea that is being served. Yes, we were talking about that earlier. I am the tea. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, girl. I loved that scene where she drops her robe and she looks at herself in the mirror and she's like, oh God, what do I look like? Oh, hello. I'm okay. I still look good. And everyone at home is just like, yes. Yes, Lady Bridgerton. You do look good. She's like, I'm still hot. Exactly, she did look just as quite if eyes could make love, honestly. I was like, why did I say that? That's so weird. But that is season 2. Season 2, Anthony and Kate. If eyes could make love. That's the tagline. Do you have a go-to glitter gel pen or something else for glitter other than the Spectrum Noir? Because I really can't find that, unfortunately. Unfortunately, the glitter gel pens I do use is the Chromatech ones, which you can't find anymore. I've heard great things about the Graby glitter gel pens, and also the Lango glitter gel pens. We've been talking about that earlier in stream. but the brand I have you can't find. These though, the Pentel Metallic Dual Hybrid gel pens are super glittery. If you want to just get two, get the gold and silver. They are the sparkliest glitter gold and silver that I have. If I want a silver glitter that's actually glittery and not just metallic, that's the one I reach for. And the same for a super glittery gold as well. It's a nice bright gold. I sure hope you have a guy in your life when you watch this stuff, lol. Have you seen 50 Shades of Grey? It's extremely spicy. I actually haven't. It's just been one of those things where I just haven't seen it. Yeah, I think just because there was so much like hate for the series when it came out. The fact that it's literally a published version of some Twilight fanfic is just crazy to me. But yeah, it's just one of those things I've never seen. Not because I've particularly avoided it. I mean, to be honest, when they were coming out in cinemas, I wasn't 18 yet. But there we go. Still haven't watched it since. I mean, I did start watching Game of Thrones when I was 15. So yeah. I mean, just need to find a spouse, we do. Season 1 is still my favourite. For me, the ranking... Season 2... Oh, it's really hard. Season 2 is my favourite. No. Queen Charlotte's my favourite. I love Queen Charlotte. So good. Then Season 2. I do love Season 1. But I'm really enjoying Season 4. Season 3 is by far at the bottom. I don't think Season 3 was a good series. Like, they made some poor production choices and filming choices in that season. And I like, when I get into a series, a film, a TV show, whatever, I get into it, so I watch all of the reviews, all of the breakdowns, all of the theories, all of the things you like, things you hate, videos on YouTube. And so I did that with Bridgerton. And it seems to be collectively online, people really did not like Season 3, and it does make you kind of reflect on it and being like, yeah, I thought I didn't like it as much. Like, the love story, the main love story, didn't feel like the main love story. Like, we had no real attachment to the characters other than what we'd based on previous seasons. Whereas other main love stories had flashbacks to go with their seasons, this one didn't. And that kind of distanced yourself from characters. I'm sorry if you haven't seen Bridgerton. You're probably like, what the hell is she talking about? But I get very passionate about things. Jamie's got a run. Lovely page. She'll check back later. You take care. I can't watch romance stuff with my husband. He likes watching it too, but I'm such a child I get all embarrassed. The movies were awful and the book's not much better. It had the same issues of Twilight and unhealthy relationships. I like Twilight and 50 Shades, but now I see the problems. I think you can like things and think they're objectively bad. I think those two opinions are valid. to think it's bad, but also like it. Like, you can like something because it's bad. Like, I love Twilight. It is bad, but I love it. Queen Charlotte is so good. Hi Zacatissimo, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I was just talking about you earlier in the stream and how I bought the Witches book you were colouring in the Tubathon because of you. It's on its way to me. Saw Bridgerton, loved the last season, can't wait for new episodes. Honestly, counting down the days, I am. I feel like Season 3 should have been Benedict's season. Well, it should have been, and it was in the books. It did feel like it was quite rushed, the love story between Colin and Penelope. Like, the whole thing was that it was friends to lover, but they weren't really that close of friends beforehand. It's just, it was very shallow, that season, in my opinion. Very shallow. Do you watch Outlander? I haven't watched that. You agree about Charlotte? It's like junk food for the eyes, literally. Don't like Twilight at all, only watch one part rubbish. I distinctly remember watching the first Twilight film at my auntie's house and just laughing out loud at the scene where he's like, hold on tight, spider monkey. And then seeing, like, you can practically see the green screen of them in the running scenes. It looks so bad, but it's so funny. Yeah, the Twilight Books movies, a hoodie, t-shirt from back in the day. You still like it, but I dislike 50 Shades now. Definition of guilty pleasure: liking something when acknowledging it's bad. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, oh, Riverdale. That was kind of my guilty pleasure show. Although I didn't really like it. I just watched it because I had to know how it ended, and how it ended, bloody hell. Never in a million years from season 1 would anyone predict it ended like that. That we go into a multiverse, that they're in a quadruple. Like, what? It's so mad. I do not recommend anybody watching that show. It's so stupid. But it was kind of one of those things that if you were watching it at the time... Like, I watched season 1. Loved season 1. Great. Like, really good storyline. Great characters and whatnot. Season 2 was pretty good. And then they kind of unmasked a killer and whatnot, and kind of went downhill. And then it just went weirder and weirder and weirder. It went supernaturally, and oh god, the final season, just what on earth was that? He stopped Riverdale on the episode where they woke up in an alternate reality. I should have stopped then. Hunger Games? No. Hunger Games is not a guilty pleasure. No, there's nothing to be guilty about the Hunger Games. The Hunger Games is amazing. It is such a good series. Like, for YA dystopian series, it is like the benchmark of how it should be written and sort of carried out. I love it, and I cannot wait for the prequel this year. Sunrise on the Reaping. I've listened to the audiobook and it was so good. Loved Jughead until the time skip. Same! He was my favourite. I loved him and Betty, and then they just ruined him when they went in the time jump and made him some, like, oh, moody author, blah blah blah. No, what did they do to him? Show went 1 to 1,000 so quickly. It really did. It really did. I liked Riverdale, didn't finish the series, and the Dark Sabrina series. Yeah, they did a crossover episode. Yeah, it was a CW show. Multiverses were everywhere. Yeah, it did a crossover with Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and they made Cheryl. Cheryl was a witch, apparently. It was just so dumb, the series. So many dumb things happened. They went back in time to the 60s. And it was like this alternate reality where they were all the same characters, but in the 60s, and they couldn't jump back. And someone was their guardian angel, and it was just so dumb. Never seen Hunger Games? Oh, they are honestly great series. And I think one of the best book to movie adaptations that has ever been. And by best I mean like most faithful. They missed out a few details here and there. But in terms of like actual content, it was spot on. Such a good recreation. Love those books. They came out in like my prime time. I mean, 2012, I was 13. So like, that was my series, like my teenage series. That and Twilight. And Harry Potter. And Divergent. But that was another thing that went terribly. Started off well and then went slowly downhill to the point where it got cancelled because nobody wanted to continue with it. Yeah, like the dogs with the eyes of the fallen ships. Yeah, it was just like little details here and there, which I'm like, okay, I can get to cut that out for sort of pacing and whatnot. But that kind of makes... I like film adaptations that are faithful to the storyline, but like keep out some of the details, so then you at least still have something as a book reader that you can go, oh, this is actually what happened, or this was a detail that you don't know because you haven't read the book, kind of thing. I like those things. So I think Hunger Games did a very good job of that. There's a theory that Hunger Games capital is actually Salt Lake City in Utah and not Denver in Colorado. Makes a lot of sense once you think about it. There's all these maps online, aren't there, of like where each of the districts are in the USA. Yes, Ali, they did end the series of Riverdale with them stuck in the 60s, and not only stuck in the 60s, but stuck in the 60s as a quadruple between Betty, Veronica, Archie and Jughead. They were all together, and it was weird. It was so weird. Yeah, what? I know. I can remember all these things. You remember reasons. I get very passionate about things. And I remember the crazy stuff. Riverdale and Sabrina were in the same universe, weren't they? Archie comics. Yes, I believe so. Oh yeah, Hunger Games books were so much better than the films. They did cut out some good stuff, but I think it was still good. Oh, you like the Hunger Games? Last film gave you a panic attack right in the end when she screamed at the cat. That scene's upsetting. It is. Jesse making me want to go rewatch the Hunger Games. I can't go through the trauma again. It's at the moment I think it's on BBC iPlayer. They've been plugging it a lot after The Traitors in January. As soon as The Traitors would finish, it'd be like, watch the Hunger Games. Made me want to rewatch it. I loved the Snow prequel as well, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Thought that was so interesting. And I want to listen to the audiobook as well of that. Although they say that it was a very, very faithful remake. That sounds like someone else's fanfic. It really does, and it kind of was. Have you read The Housemaid? I haven't seen the movie yet, but want to. Oh, I've seen the trailer. Is it Amanda Seyfried? Is it that film? I saw the trailer and thought, that looks quite cool. I haven't read it, no. A lot of movies and shows that don't stay faithful for me are someone's fanfics. Fantasy, fair enough. Fans of Divergent or Vampire Diaries? I was a fan of Divergent. I loved the books. I was a big Divergent girly as much as I was a Hunger Games girly. First film, brilliant. Loved the first Divergent film. Watched the second one and I was like, they have changed a lot here. Watched the third one in the cinema with my mum. We finished it. Genuinely, we turned to each other and went, what the fuck? What have we just watched? What was that? That was not the third film. It was so... They ruined the Divergent film franchise. Absolutely ruined it. They had the books. They were right there. And they went, nah, let's go somewhere else. What was the point of even making it when you completely changed the plot and completely changed it to a stupid degree? The first film I watched and I'm like, it's really good. It was a really good first film of the franchise, and then they just ruined it. Then because it did so badly in the cinemas, the third film, they wanted to make the fourth one into a series and all the actors dropped out. So they had to end it. And I think that's quite iconic. Yes, it is that one. You read The Housemaid and enjoyed it? Oh, I'll have to keep my eye out for that movie. Love Divergent and Vampire Diaries, totally agree with you. Watched His and Hers on Netflix this week and only halfway through twigged. Oh, I think this is a book I read. I think a lot of people have done that. Did anyone watch the series One Day on Netflix? Because I did. And I knew how it was going to end. Because one, I've seen the film a bunch of times with Anne Hathaway. Loved that film growing up. Watched it so much as a teen, and watched it a lot, cried a lot, and I knew how the series was going to end. Still bawled my eyes out, but it was a really good series. Took a while to get into, and I think it didn't help that I was comparing it to the film, which is very iconic to me, but it was a good adaptation. Another absolutely soul-shattering piece of media. Yes, the Maze Runner he tried reading the books but couldn't get into them. Maybe seem like it's the same genre as Divergent and Hunger Games. I read the books. I'd say it's more similar to Divergent than the Hunger Games, especially, you know how in the last book of Divergent it gets very like sciencey and it's quite sciencey, like sci-fi, the Maze Runner. I really liked the first one, and the film is actually the first and only film I've ever gone to the cinema by myself to watch. I hated the experience. I never have done it again. It was so sad. I was sat next to a mother and their child. I just felt so awkward sitting there in my late teens. And yeah, that was another series they absolutely ruined, didn't they? I don't think the books translated well to movies, so I can barely remember the plot of that one. I wasn't that into it. As soon as that bike was shown, I knew what was going to happen. I'd never even read the book or watched the movie. Well, yeah, as soon as I saw the bike, I was like, ugh. It's like you're waiting. It's like, are they going to wait to the last episode, or are they going to do it in episode 9? And I think they did it like at the end of episode 8 or something like that. It like wasn't when I thought it was going to happen, so it still was a shock to me. Absolutely heartbreaking, because they just finally found each other, and then it just was over. Oh. Yeah. That kind of stuff breaks me. Just had a thought while I was dealing with the Beagle's dinner. Maybe I will use your long stream to see how many title pages I can get done and do a bunch of the smallish ones. That's a brilliant idea, Kimberlyn. Yes, absolutely love that. I will definitely have to plan some title pages to do during that stream. Maybe some quick easy wins in between, do a couple of Camila Angel Cover ones. I want to see Fantastic Beasts myself on Thanksgiving because no one wanted to go see it with me. That one, I think that film is good. I thought it was a really interesting, good start to the series. I really liked the characters, I liked all the creatures, I liked the story. Then the second one happened and I was like, okay, it's the second one in a series of 5. I will give it the benefit of doubt that it's like story building, world building, like nothing much really happened in it. Then it got to the third one and I was like, this is so boring, I can't pay attention. Nothing is happening. And then they cancelled the series, and I think rightfully so. I think they just made some really stupid decisions with the plot. But I really enjoyed the first Fantastic Beasts. I think it's a good film. Still like watching it. I just watch it as a single film on its own. Don't care about watching the rest. I haven't watched Adolescence, and I keep meaning to because, you know, it won all these awards. It's incredible. And I know I'd enjoy it, it's just... I don't give myself that much time to watch series anymore, because I watch so much YouTube. So it's hard to find the time to... Unless it's something that I know I love and I know I'm looking forward to, like Bridgerton, like Stranger Things, like Grey's Anatomy. Still love that. That's a guilty pleasure. I mean, it's just a pleasure. I love Grey's. Fault in Our Stars, another heartbreaking one. Yes, that came out like perfect time for me. I remember going to see it in the cinema with my mum and my sister and grabbing my mum's hand in tears at the bit where she's like crying with her parents about being such a burden. I was just like, Mum! I was bawling my eyes out watching that film, and I'd already read the book. But yeah, definitely I was very obsessed with that, because I think it came out 2015, I want to say, something like that, or 2014. We saw the first Hunger Games in theatre without reading the books first and cried so hard when Rude died. My friends checked in on me. I think I read the Hunger Games series in like 3 days. I read them so quick, I was engrossed. Absolutely loved them. I like finished school and immediately I was reading. Absolutely loved it. You went to see the live action Beauty and the Beast by myself. I was so excited for that film. I was so hyped for it. Beauty and the Beast is one of my favourite Disney films, and I feel like they had so much marketing going behind it. And you know what? I don't think it's as bad as people were saying. Yes, they badly auto-tuned Emma Watson's voice. No, they didn't need to. She has a good enough voice by herself. Like, I think anyone with enough training can sing. Might not be the best, but they did not need to do her dirty with all that auto-tuning. But as a live action, I really love it. It's probably my second favourite live action. The best one's Cinderella. They did an amazing job with that one. But Beauty and the Beast, when I heard they were doing a live action, I was like, Josh Gad is the perfect choice for LeFou, and then they announced it, and I was like, I was right. You know, that satisfying feeling when you predict something. I mean, he was the perfect choice for that character. My worst crying up movie is the end scene of Cities of Angels with Meg Ryan and Nick Cage. The orange is rolling down the road. I've never seen that, so cannot relate. What have I... Oh, gosh. I heard Henry Cavill is coming back to be the Witcher in the new series. Not sure how true it is, though. That was one of those series that was so big when it first came out, and then it just suddenly very quietly disappeared. And then I heard that Henry Cavill stepped away, and that's probably why it quietly disappeared. Bit of a weird one, that. I haven't seen it, though. So good I had to binge it as soon as it started. Yeah, I think... I will watch it one day. I will. Just when. I mean, it's on Netflix, so I can watch it whenever. They had a great opportunity to tell the Grindelwald story, and the execution sucked. It absolutely did. They kept on retconning things and changing details, and that's when things go wrong, when you change details from the source material. My favourite shows are ones where you have to do a lot of thinking, and therefore I have to be in the mood to watch them. Really loved Outlander, West Wing, and The Newsroom. I like easy watching. I do like an easy watch. Love Grey's Anatomy, The Office. Let's just list them all. The Office, Parks and Rec, The Good Place, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If Michael Schur has made a comedy, I love it. I love a Michael Schur comedy. Grey's Anatomy lives rent-free in my head. It's great. Doesn't matter. I have seen it a million times. Every now and then I'll go through my re-binge of Grey's Anatomy, and it takes me like 3 months. But what a great 3 months of my life it is. And whenever I get to season 10 to like 15, I'm like, oh, why am I bothering with this show anymore? It gets really bad for a while. But I think it's picked up again. From series 20 onwards, I've really been enjoying it with the new interns. I liked it. I like it now. They ruined Belle's dress. They did ruin Belle's dress, yeah. Good Place, yes. Henry Cavill, that's as much as I could type before I reached my pinnacle. Now that's a Bridgerton reference that I loved that scene as well. All the pinnacle talk. Good Place is so good. Do you like Grey's? It's really hard to watch now. Yeah, it had its heyday, it really did. The Witcher started out good, then completely went off the rails. Another example of a director and writers who didn't know the source material. That's a shame. There was... Because with the Bridgerton, Series 3 wasn't as good as Series 2 or 1. Not by far. In fact, it was quite bad. I don't think it was terrible, but it wasn't good. And lots of people were worried that it was going to have what they're calling the Netflix treatment, where they put a lot of money, resources and time into the first 2 series, and then it slowly goes downhill and slowly goes off the rails and becomes less refined, less detailed. They don't care as much. Like, they compared sort of shots from the first series to Series 3 at Bridgerton, and how like poor the lighting was and framing and things like that. And how it was similar to things like Riverdale and things like... what's another good example? I think they referenced The Witcher as well. The fact that the first 2 were good and then it went downhill. Oh my gosh, what else has been on Netflix? Stranger Things kind of went downhill a bit. Actually, no, I think it still did pretty well. What else has been on Netflix that started off really, really well and then went bad? Oh, Sex Education. That's another amazing series when it started, and then the last 2 were just like, what have you done to my amazing show? What did you do to it? Loved that series, and then they just kind of ruined it. It's like they put less care, put less time and effort and energy into a series because they knew it was doing well, and they knew people would watch it. But series 4 of Bridgerton seems to be better, so I'm hoping that it was just a blip. Pretty Little Lies is coming back. I'm not that excited. It's done, I think. I had no idea that was coming back because they did a Gossip Girl reboot. I don't think that one did too well. I did not watch that. I was like, I'm not giving that my time of day. No, thank you. This Is Us is awesome. I was already, once they kill off Derek, Grey's just went downhill for me. Definitely, yeah. And I was already mad at them for killing off Mark. Yes, and Lexi. Oh my god, so sad. And before Mark, I was mad that Christina left. Yeah, definitely. It started with Christina. I think when it first started going downhill, I mean, they ruined Derek's character just to kill him off at the end of the series. I think they kept it together for one more series after Derek, and then it just went really downhill, really boring. Ugh, to Meredith and DeLuca. Hated them together. Just hated that whole time period. I used to like DeLuca as a character until he started having a thing with Meredith. No thank you. No thank you. But then they got the new interns and they kind of tried to go back to their roots, and I think they've done better now. Now it's just kind of like the good easy watching. Not the most interesting of storylines. I mean, you rewatch and you have all of these heavy, hard-hitting storylines like the bomb explosion, like the hospital shooting, like horrific episodes, but like hit you in the feels, hit you in the guts, like amazing drama, like the scene at the water at the docks with the boat crashing, with the Meredith getting pushed into the water, like the plane crash. I mean, as horrific as the result was, an epic episode. What else was some really good moments? There's been a lot. I like Nick too. Yeah, she's better now. She's better at treating him now. They should have ended it when Derek had to exit the show. I don't think they had to. Like, I look at it. I mean, Grey's Anatomy is the American version of Casualty here in the UK, but more drama and more affairs. Whereas I feel like Casualty is more about the patients and the kind of drama associated around the patients, and then the characters just happen to know each other, whatever. Although I haven't watched Casualty in a while. I'm thinking of getting back into it though, because they just had a long break and I thought, oh, let's get back into it. I haven't yet. So I think there's nothing wrong with having a long series or something like that. I mean, the show will die when Meredith leaves, but apparently Ellen Pompeo will never leave. But she's negotiated such big stakes into the show. I think she gets like 20% of the revenue of the show or something crazy like that. And it's like, fair enough. Fair enough, girl. You earned it. It is your show. Charity is the world's longest running medical drama. Yeah, it must be getting close to 40 years now. Because I remember watching the 30th anniversary and I haven't watched it in quite a while. Meredith's always been awful. She doesn't realise it, but she's almost as bad as her mum. Definitely, yeah. Yeah, Ellen's one of the executive producers. Days of Our Life is our soap opera. 40th anniversary is coming up. Wow. And is Charlie still in it? Is he still there? Because that guy has never been able to act. He is terrible. Come on, there we go. No, he left like a year or two ago. Oh, see, he was the icon of Casualty, there from the beginning. He's like the equivalent of Richard Webber. Him talking about retiring since day one, and it's still going on. What's it, over 20 years later? Yeah. Or is it 20 years this year? Did it start in 2006, or was it earlier than that, 2003? That's why I like the pit. It's all about the medicine. The furthest they get from the emergency department is the ambulance bay. Yeah, the pit I haven't seen too much about. The Good Doctor I've seen clips of, and it does look quite good. I love a medical drama, I do. Easy watching. I did get into watching Station 19 and binged that after I finished my my Grey's Anatomy binge. That took a while for me to get into, but once I got into it, I was really into it. Pit hasn't been released in the UK yet. Grey's is 21 years old also, so 2005. Oh my gosh, it's 10:15. I thought I was going to finish this page and stream, but I've been way too distracted tonight, and that is a good thing. I will finish all the shading because that won't take too much longer. But all the embellishments I'll do off camera. Right, grab the powder blue. Kind of checked out of Grey's after season 17, need to catch up. Honestly, I can't even tell you what happens. People can look back at Grey's and be like, oh yeah, that was, they came in series 17 or series 15 or whatever. And the fact that I can remember that is insane. I think series 17 was in like the middle of when it was bad. Oh, or was series 17 when it was in COVID era? Because COVID era was bad. It was bad. Have you completed a page for today yet? Yes, I have. I did a very, very quick one before stream from the Happy Hoppers book. So, okay, the streak's still alive. We're on day 43. We're all good. You know what? If I do knuckle down, I could probably actually be close to finishing this. Just grab a bit of white. Pencil extender. There's one. In order to appreciate Amelia and Grey's Anatomy, you need to watch Private Practice. See, I was thinking about watching that and I just haven't. Yeah, because people online love Amelia. I don't hate her. I don't love her though. To be honest, I don't know who I do love on Grey's Anatomy anymore. Christina was always my favourite. Yeah, I don't know if I really have a favourite. Bailey. I love Bailey, actually. That's a lie. I do have a favourite. It's Bailey. Full solution for Tome 13 is out 20th of Feb. Nice! A couple of new double page solutions have been revealed whilst you've been on stream. Ooh! I did see Bruno Art Gallery. He did his March releases video today. I did watch that. And he talked about this brand new book that Actually Heroes is doing. And it's called like a colour companion. Where nothing has been released yet, but he did like a very rough mock-up, and it was like a picture of Ariel, then it had like, you could write down your colours of how to colour Ariel, and it was like create your own colour reference guide of Disney characters, and it's going to be €35, so quite expensive. But considering it's €35, I'm hoping that it has literally every Disney character that features in all of the Disney books, kind of thing. I think it should, if it's going to be that much. But yeah, I'm very intrigued by that. It sounds really cool. The completely non-romantic relationship with Mel and Dr. Langdon is so sweet. Mentor prodigy, but who's the mentor and who's the prodigy? Switch back and forth. Oh, what's that one in? Oh, Amsterdam. Nice. Private Practice was so good, it took me a while to connect the two series along. Christina did have the best lines. She was just the best. Bailey is fantastic, yes. They ruined her in Greys. She got the Greys makeover. I hate how in later series all the characters kind of sound the same. Yeah, I kind of get that. Yeah, it's a big character colour tracker. Quite exciting, actually. Yeah, I think it's a really cool sounding book. To be like, oh, how do I colour Ariel? Let me check my tracker and what pencils I used over here. Hi Emily, welcome in. Lovely to see you here. New Eerie book is the 5th in the World series. Looking forward to it. Yes, it's called World Travel. Oh, right. Let's do her down here. Right, there's that one. Mama took my eyebrows. I mean, come on. Yes. Somebody sedate me! Oh my gosh, what else do I love? Mama took my eyebrows. Iconic. Somebody sedate me. Not Christina, but I do love and reference frequently everyone's leaving and everyone's dying from Meredith. I love that quote. Oh my god, I can't think of anything right now at the top of my head. I'm terrible at thinking of, like, quotes on the top of my head, and then someone says something, he is not the sun, you are, yes. Gotta dance it out, dance it out. Right, Amaya, you take care, have a good rest of your day / evening. The sun, you are. And it's like the look of Meredith's face going like, you know what, yeah, I am the sun, actually. I am the sun. And I do like how they occasionally reference her. They're the only character who leaves that they reference in, like, a positive light. They occasionally would name drop Izzy. I hate what they did with Alex. If you ever want to get me riled up, mention Alex Karev and that will send me off in a giant rage. They ruined his character. They should have killed him rather than do what he did. He never would have left Joe. No. And people have, like, analysed it and looked back. He only knew Izzy for, like, 2 years. Less than 2 years. And you're telling me that he would have left his wife that he'd known for, at this point, I think 6 years or 5 years? She was an attending at that point. So she, yeah, at least 5 years, if not 6 or 7. No, absolutely not. Horrific. He would not have treated Joe the same way he treated Izzy. And rewatching it makes it even worse because Joe had just gone through her mental health breakdown and she just kind of got back to herself and was just kind of enjoying life again. And then he ditches her. Yeah, good that you left when it was still good, because yeah, I think it was at that point where it really went downhill. Really, really did. Right. The sky. The sky. And they had just got legally married. Yes, because she was like, I found the papers, we don't have to file them or whatever. And he was like, no, I want to do this. I love you. I'll be with you forever. And then he's like, oh, bye-bye, I've got kids. You can still have kids and still stay faithful to your wife. No. Yeah, she wouldn't have had his kids and stayed away without telling him. Yeah, absolutely. You wouldn't just do that to someone. So I'm going to make this sky look like a sunrisey kind of sky. And the easiest way to do that is base with a light yellow marker, and then shade on the top with the blue. So just get my blues ready. Alright, I'm going to start with Blue Violet Lake. Yeah, never liked Izzy. She was one of those, like, woe is me characters. I do understand why they had her leave in the way they did. I don't understand why they went through this huge cancer story, had her make it through with the, like, 5% chance she had or whatever, for her to then just ditch everyone, like, a couple episodes later. And yes, I know why. Like, she had a falling out with the showrunner because she said some unkind things. What was it? She won an Emmy and was like, I don't think I deserve this because I don't think I had the best writing this season. Like, oof. I think she won it. I think she was just nominated. Yeah, she was nominated and was like, I don't know why I've been nominated. I don't deserve this. And everyone was like, yeah, that's not cool. Don't say that. Reflect it on your job rather than what was written for you. Like, come on. Yes, I would have loved to be a fly on the wall watching Shonda's expression when she did that. And how crazy that Shonda's the same person who did Grey's and now Bridgerton. Like, what a history. What an iconic lineup. You've seen that actress speak in person. She doesn't really act anymore because it started going around that she's difficult to work with. She's kind of had a bit of a comeback recently. She did that Actors on Actors like talk with Ellen Pompeo, and she does seem to have become a bit more grounded. And you know what, she was such a household name in the rom-com world in the sort of mid to late 2000s. So I'm sure and a lead as well in all of them. So I'm sure that kind of gets to your head a bit, and you never know what happens behind closed doors and what actually goes down in reality, but yeah. She does seem to have changed her views. I love that interview with Ellen Pompeo because she talks about this story. She's like, some teenage girl comes up to me and was like really nervous to see me, and she was like, do you know Grey's Anatomy? She's like, yes I do. Do you know Izzy Stevens? Yes, I do. You look like her mother. And she's like, what? I just think that's such an iconic thing for a young fan to say to you, that you look like the mother of the character that you played because you've gotten older now. Yes, I loved her in 27 Dresses. That's one of my favourite rom-coms. I've watched that film so many times. Every time I hear the song Benny and the Jets, I think of that film. Anytime I see any of those actors in any other film, I'm like, oh, they're from 27 Dresses. I was very obsessed with that. She won one year, but then the next year she asked not to have her name be submitted for nomination because the writing for Izzy sucked. Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah. She also, I think, adopted kids or something, so she speaks a lot in the child welfare settings. Yeah, she has adopted a child, I think. Oh, I don't know when, but yeah. And you know what, it makes sense, you know, taking a step back once you start having your family and whatnot, and if you can afford to, why not? She messed up the rom-com thing by saying shitty stuff about Seth Rogen. She did apologise later for the things she said and did. Yeah, she hated Seth Rogen, didn't she? From Knocked Up, that was the film. Seemingly Patrick was fired because he was getting hard to work with and was having an affair. Yeah, I did see there was some stuff going on about him. And of course you got the guy who played Burke, who said some very offensive things to TR Knight and was promptly written out of the show. Never seen The Ugly Truth. She didn't have a filter, she says stuff without thinking who could be hurt. A lot of celebs do that though. The latest scandal that has happened online at the moment is, have you guys seen the thing about the guy who does the glam bot at award ceremonies? It's this guy called Cole, I think. And I used to love watching his little videos, and he would do videos of celebs coming up to his glam bot, and it did like slow-mo pics of them, of like really gorgeous photos of people at red carpet events. And someone was messaging him online or emailing him saying, do you do the glam bot for hire? I'm interested in booking it for a wedding. I'm doing it on this date and this date. What are your rates? Like, what's your availability? And he was just like really rude and saying like, I don't think you can afford it. This is a very expensive thing. She was like, okay, what are the prices? And he just wouldn't tell her what the rates were. And he goes, it could be $10,000 or it could be $1 million. And she's like, just tell me what the rates are. And he was basically insinuating that she wasn't rich enough to do this, even though she said she had a wedding that lasted 2 days. Like, rich people exist in the world. And even if she was just fishing for prices, like, treat people with respect. God. I read the messages from it and it's like, yeah, he's now been cancelled and he wasn't seen at the Grammys. I think someone else did it. But it's just funny how someone who seems so like cool and chill and likeable and bubbly can be very judgmental and rude behind the scenes. They did say behind the scenes of the show it was toxic and Shonda didn't make things better. I think later it changed. Yeah, I can imagine that kind of happening. In a way. Because the thing is, it's an ensemble cast. It's got a long main cast list. And some may think they're better than others in a way. I don't know. Well, because there was this whole big thing of, wasn't Patrick Dempsey being paid more than Ellen Pompeo, even though she's called Grey and it's Grey's Anatomy? Shonda doesn't even write for Grey's Anatomy anymore. That doesn't surprise me. She's got Bridgerton going on now, hasn't she? think what a brilliant idea for a show to have a period drama but with colourblind casting. I think that's such a cool concept, and like disability casting as well. Just to see someone that looks like you represented on screen in this gorgeous Regency attire, and it's just in this alternative universe where these people are whatever colour. I just think it's such a beautiful way of doing the story, and the story doesn't change because they are different races. Like, they're the same stories, the same love, same connections. They're just hiring the best people for the job. Like, oh my gosh, the actress who plays Sophie, what perfect casting is she? She is amazing. I'm gonna go get some ice cream and watch Cozy TV. Thanks for the live. Thanks for joining, Silvana. Lovely to have you here. Think about all the toxic workplaces in general, though. I think film is just the same. Very true. Every workplace has its toxicity through it. It's just the film and TV is so much more public, and if you make a mistake, it's seen as so much worse. You have so much scrutiny. You're expected to be a perfect person when people say stupid stuff. I'm not saying like it's okay what people say, but some people say stupid stuff. They don't think. They speak before they think. Whereas in life, those mistakes may have just been quietly dealt with under the rug. Whereas with celebrities, it's so much more public. Right, I'm almost there. Just seeing if it looks vaguely level. Doesn't have to be perfect. Right, now I want cloud blue. Smooth that transition there, and you can see quite easily we've got a good blended sunrise effect without, because if you tried doing this with alcohol markers, like blending them, you'd get a weird green colour. If you tried doing it with pencils, you'd get a weird green colour in the middle, whereas having the alcohol marker base be yellow and shade with your darker pencils on top, you get a nice smoother transition that looks more sky-like here. I love the sky, thank you. It's turning out okay. I'm always quite nervous when I do skies like this because, well, it's quite big. It's quite a focal point if it does go wrong, but it's turned out okay. We just got to trust the process, trust that it will turn out. Looking a wee bit patchy at the top, which I think is what you guys won't be able to see that, but I can see some of the yellow peeking through. It's the reason we have two ears and one mouth. Very, very true. First year they pay based on who will bring in the most eyes. Same thing happened with The Crown, the Doctor Who guy and Friends, Courtney Cox. Yeah. But wasn't it with the Friends the Friends cast? Wasn't it they had it in their contracts that everyone had to be paid the same? Like, it was a big thing at the time. And something I don't know if this happened since, because you think about those like classic comedies like Big Bang Theory and How I Met Your Mother, and the bigger stars, definitely got paid more than the best ones, whereas with Friends, they did stick together and everyone got paid the same, and I think that's such a, well, even to this day, it's such a rare thing to happen in media. Oh, there was another thing. It was something with a man and a woman, and the man threatened to quit if they didn't pay the woman the same amount as him. I can't remember what it was. Grace does have a much bigger cat. Yeah, and there are people who have been in there for 20 years, and I think they do deserve to be paid more than others. It was like a man and a woman. I can't remember what it was. I'm struggling to remember. The Women on West Wing? Oh, it wouldn't have been that I'm thinking of. What's with actors, they negotiate they negotiate their pay, and yes, it's about how much viewers that person could bring in. The more popular, the better paid. Yeah, and if you've been in 5 high-grossing films, you're gonna generate a better salary than someone who is brand new to the scene. Unfortunately, that is the way it goes. If you're a brand new rising star, you're not going to be paid the same as someone who's been in the industry for decades. And that I do understand. But it's when you have a main cast member and a supporting cast member that's paid more than them. I think that's when it gets a bit kind of icky. You know what? It may have been The Crown that he was getting paid more, and he was like, no thank you. Don't do that to her. She is the queen. Friends effectively unionised in season 3. They were to be paid the same and none could be fired, which they had threatened with Matt LeBlanc. Yeah, I think that's lovely of them. And fair as well, because, I mean, I'll be honest, I've never seen, well, I've seen a couple of bits of Friends, but I've never seen, like, a full episode of Friends. I've seen the pilot and that was it. But they were all kind of the same, like there wasn't one who was necessarily the bigger star than the other, like in terms of like character on the series. Alright, I might play around with that background a bit more in the morning, but I do think the page is done. I want to add a tiny bit of shading to the bottom here. Just with, what's this, cloud blue? Yeah. Just along these lines that are already on the page. I don't think it needs much though. Well, Friends wasn't really out when it was my kind of prime viewing time. I'm sure if it was releasing when I was a teenager, I would have watched it more. Like, I did vaguely regularly watch an episode now and then of Big Bang Theory and How I Met Your Mother. Those were the big ones of the 2010s, which is when I was a teenager. Yeah, Friends had kind of been and gone. Loved Friends, but I was their age. That's fair enough. Yeah, some age gaps make no sense whatsoever. Yeah. Well, it's things like how actors are billed in films, how often you'll have movie posters with the two characters pictured here, but their names are pictured the opposite way round, because the person at the top left has to be the top billing, so the most famous actor. And the way they've framed the photo, and it's like, why can't you frame the photo knowing who's the top billed actor? Like, why are you doing this? I think I might add some Signo blue to these berries down here just to make it a bit more interesting, and add some Signo onto the scales of the dragon as well. In fact, I'm going to do that now. I mean, I'm a couple of years younger than Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, but West Wing forward the cast, I think. We're mad that Rob Lowe was getting paid more. The first season they pay the most to those who bring the most eyes, and that was low. Our daughter lived the Friends series. We are indulging in a few adult Happy Meals to get some figures. I saw those Happy Meals online and I was like, how much do they charge for these? And it's almost an extra £2 just for that adult Happy Meal thing. And I thought, that's quite ridiculous. Because I compared it to like the price of a normal Big Mac meal. I was like, I don't think so. But again, yeah, not a Friends person. But if you are, then I'm sure it's like a fun little bonus thing. And then Rob Lowe ended up leaving. So yeah, I've never watched West Wing. For me, Rob Lowe, he was in Parks and Rec, wasn't he? Can't think of the character name. Chris something. That was Rob Lowe. Am I right? Ridiculously expensive for adult Happy Meals. The Grinch one was worth it though. Rob Lowe left because his story started to suck. He had one episode going on and on about pennies. Lovely. Imagine it doesn't appeal a lot to folks outside the US. Yeah, I've never really heard of many people watching West Wing. I don't even know at all what it's about. Didn't even know Rob Lowe was in it. Yes, Rob Lowe was in Parks and Rec. Yeah, I thought I recognised the name. Can't think of the surname. It was like Chris something. It's always super positive. The central character is the president. Oh, it's about the White House. Yeah, I'm not a Scooby, what it was even about. Chris Traeger, that's it. I knew it was something punchy. Chris Traeger. All I could think in my head was like, Chris Park. But I knew it wasn't Park because it's Parks and Rec. Chris Traeger. I do love Parks and Rec. Do you think a depressed guy would make this? Me, every day when I colour. Do you think a depressed person would make this? Rob Lowe was also in 911 Lone Star. Yes, I've seen clips of that. It's another series that I want to watch, the 911 series, and I was like, yeah, seen her sort of go into someone's house, and I'm like, that's Chris. That's that guy from Parks and Rec. He's also in Sonic the Hedgehog. Amazing. Amazing. Right, I think I am done, guys. I will add some white paint pen in my own time. But for now, I am done. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. When will I see you next? I will see you next on Friday. I'm not going to be streaming this Sunday. I just need a nice chill weekend, to be honest. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining. We had lots of fun chats tonight. Really enjoyed geeking out over some of my favourite things with you all. And sharing some upcoming books and things like that. I will be doing a post on YouTube community soon where I talk about my day-long live stream. So look forward to that in a couple of weekends' time. Thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.